Hey, Brian here with DIY Outdoor Life. Today I'm with my new friend Lynn. This is a special video. I have never seen a camper like this in my life. Boreas Campers EOS 12. This is brand new.
Out of Pueblo, Colorado.
Out of Pueblo, Colorado. As far as you know, there's not many of these out yet.
No, they made the XTs, which are like overland Squaredrops first. And then there was just more and more of a demand for the ability to go overland to do more adventure travel, but still have some comforts and, I will say it, luxury.
Yeah, this is beyond comfort. So stay tuned. We're gonna do a full walkthrough. You guys are not gonna believe some of the features. So this is a big one to bite off. There are a lot of features. I know this camper is new to you.
Yeah.
I will put some information out there. Boreas Campers has a great YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a
family run. Matt, Adam, Justin, Clayton, shout out to you guys. They're amazing. This is only the second generation of this model, so there are still some quirks and kinks, but they're not major ones, and their response time is immediate. They're great.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to point some things out. We'll do our best to do a walkthrough on this today. But like I said, if you need further information, I'll post that stuff in the description. So why don't we start up front? Immediately I see
lock and roll, rock and roll hitch, which is great. It's very easy to use. It's easier to set up than a ball hitch.
All right, so you have the lock and roll articulating hitch.
Yeah, you got the emergency shut off, you know, the brake.
Yep, emergency brake controller. Now this is a hand crank?
Yes.
Okay, do you know anything about, I mean, I see you're towing it with the Jeep, but you have airbags. Is there a ton of tongue weight? You're gonna figure that out? Or?
No, I mean, I do it by myself, and because it's, you know, it's big to the teardrop community, but because it's not a super big camper, I'm not going up and down that high, and it's a nice little
So the
arm
cabin
workout.
is 12 feet long, but the whole trailer is like 19.
Yeah.
You got the bike rack that didn't come with it.
Right, and the bike rack is awesome because it's just the kind that I've got it
You can ramp up onto
yeah,
it.
but it's like it just latches on there. It's
very
so
quick
easy.
and easy.
Yes.
Now you have a giant tongue box here.
Yeah.
And you have
spare
the cargo
tire.
carrier on top.
It's got one propane tank. You can get two. I just got the one. And then it's got, you know, little extra storage here.
Nothing flimsy.
No, and you can stand on this. And this has got, you know, a section that goes all the way through, and then a partitioned on the bottom. There's so much storage in it that I'm actually using some filler so things don't.
Doesn't look empty. They
don't bounce around.
Oh, that's a good
so
point
much.
too. So this is a 23 270 awning, bat wing.
Yeah, and it's so easy. It's super easy.
Did you set
especially
this
after
up
I read
alone
the
yet?
directions on how to put it up.
Did you set this up alone yet?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's amazing. Like
I mean, literally, you unzip it, it goes blink, 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 and as long as you read the directions on how to fold it back up, and it just folds down to a triangle, and you roll it up and zoop.
So what we're looking at, and we're gonna move through this as quick as we can, there's a million things, but this is a fully off-road capable giant trailer. It raises to give you standing headroom. This thing is self-leveling. It has airbags that individually operate.
Yeah, so if you're driving on a weird grade, you can, you know, manage
use
that.
Airbags to manipulate the height and the ground
You can also
clearance
use
on the
it,
trailer.
it's fully functional without raising the roof. So that's nice too, because for those one-nighters, two-nighters, I don't pop.
Fast and easy.
Yeah,
and it
you
gives
just
you the
climb right in.
headroom, but it doesn't give you as much drag when you're driving.
Yeah, and you can still sit in it totally comfortable.
I'm blown away that you're towing this with a Jeep. I'm not sure that's within the tow ratings, but it's impressive.
Dry weight is 3,500, dry weight. Fully loaded, it's probably around 5,000.
Okay.
This tows 6,200, so I am at kind of a threshold.
Yep.
flat or easy slope, easy peasy. It's been pulling great. Here's the crazy thing. I'm getting just a titch over 14 miles per gallon.
That's actually better than we got on the way here with the tiny teardrop.
Yeah.
Now, do you know, this is really, really rugged. There's no seams, really?
Yeah. And there's no wood.
Yeah, so what is this
not
material?
an ounce of wood.
Is this some sort of honeycomb material?
Kryptonite.
Oh, like what kills Superman? Okay, well that's a good character. That's a good. The trailer is made out of kryptonite. We'll look that up and put it in the edit. Now, take us through if you would be so kind.
Okay, so here's more storage. Plenty, like if you want to look in here, plenty of storage for all kinds of toys. Like I really want to get a stand-up paddleboard. All kinds of storage there. And then here's a dual zone Truma.
That's 96 quarts or something?
Yeah.
With a fridge and a
so
freezer.
I've got ice. You know, this is the freezer side, or either one that you want. This is the fridge side. But you can also make it one big freezer, or you can make it one big refrigerator.
Now, can this open from both directions? Is it reversible?
Maybe.
Yes. Unless I'm mistaken, and someone will correct me, I believe you can turn these around as well. So
sure.
That's
Yeah.
what a massive fridge freezer combo.
I know. I kind of like it here because when you got this out, then there's a little table, Bluetooth speakers, and then it's got USB port. I mean, I'm not
A 12 volt.
a 12 volt and a USB port for phones and what have you. This is the kitchen. Gas line here comes out and you hook it up.
Got a full sink over here.
Yeah, and then this is a 3-burner, which has been awesome. More so, again, like a lot of stuff. I'm like, I don't need all of these silicone cups, but I brought them because
Fill up the space.
Yeah. And
Well-
and I'm it's new, so I'm still kind of learning how I want to organize it.
Well, and
You
you're doing some off-roading. You're not afraid of some crawling and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've heard some stories. So you're looking for a trailer that has everything but can handle some pretty serious stuff. I mean,
Yeah, well, safety third. But I want to, you just have to, with one this size, you just have to make sure that you do some reconnaissance.
yes.
A lot of people are using drones now to scout ahead, because I did get in a situation that was a little scary where I ended up a dirt road, then there was a locked gate.
So you drove right through the gate.
So I drove right through the gate. No, so I had to back it up down this dirt with trees on either side to get to this fire lane, to back it into the fire lane to turn around, and I was...
Your whole story is pretty inspirational. I cracked this open and cold air is pouring out.
Yeah.
So this is going into the cabin?
So this is an indoor, outdoor, they call it the pantry. So I've got, food, and it's a little messy right now because I'm going home in 2 days. What?
Access from the interior and
Yep.
access from your outside kitchen.
So you can also, and I'll show you when we go inside, you can access the cooler, the fridge from inside also, which is nice.
Well, there is so much to cover. I'll just try to keep moving along.
Yeah.
This video, we're gonna be. I hope you guys stay tuned. This one might run long.
Yeah, and the gray water drains out there. This is the cassette potty that just pops right out.
But the bathroom is bathroom is interior.
Yes.
So this is just the cassette removal.
Yeah, this is just, you pull the cassette out and you can just dump it right in the sewage thing or a toilet. This is your outdoor shower that the hot water runs off the gas.
So it looks like you have a radiant Truma furnace in here. Now, I didn't verify that it's Truma. Like I said, somebody's going to jump
It is
all
Truma.
over us. It
No,
is.
it is Truma,
Okay.
yep.
So this heats your floors?
Yeah. So it heats, so that the heat comes up from the floors. So it's not like,
No.
I've only used the heat twice, but
Well, somebody's
going
to catch this. I see the Blue Sea switch. I mean, I see top of the line components. It looks like there's a Blue Sea switchboard in here as well. I see a pretty over-the-top electrical system. Do you know anything about this stack of Battleborn batteries? It looks like it's got a shunt and...
Well, shout out to Clayton again. There's 5 solar panels on the roof.
Okay.
And so I know those switches over there run the solar. Back there, see the yellow?
Yep, I see there's Victron components for charge
Victron
controllers.
is the solar,
yep.
yeah.
And I see that there's a stack of Battleborns, and these are not 100 amp hours. These are the G series. This trailer appears to have like 600 amp hours of lithium iron phosphate storage.
They were originally, there was going to be 4 batteries in there. But then when they built it, they realized they didn't have room. So there's 3. But, you know, if you're conservative, like I was off-grid in the shade.
You don't need to be conservative with this.
Yeah, but I was off-grid in the shade, and I was able to run the fridge freezer for 7 days in the shade. Not get, you know,
I'm sure you'll do
no
even
hookup.
better than that. So this, the other
And I'm
side,
learning, you know.
this passes all the way through.
Yeah, the top passes all the way through. The bottom is sectioned. Yeah.
What do we have here?
Oh, that's the air compressor. So if you want to,
Onboard air, if you want to fill your tires, or even your tow vehicle tires, or maybe your neighbor's tires.
or your float to go down the river.
Every trailer should have that.
Yes.
This is over the top. I can't wait to check out the interior.
Let's go. So come on in. I feel like I'm in a home show. Kind of am.
Those are recovery hooks. Okay.
I've iced it down. Come
Thank
in,
you.
Rob. So here's a great thing. So this is on gas struts. So here's like storage under here. And then this is where you can access the fridge from the inside, which came in
So when the
real
fridge
handy when
slider is in, you have access to open in from the top and get to the fridge.
when it was pouring down rain for 3 days in the Great Smoky Mountains. This was, it'll kind of fall. Boink. This being able to access it from the inside when it was just pouring down rain was really nice.
I see it just raises up about 12 to 14 inches maybe, but you can use it in the lower position. So this is an option for standing room, queen size bed. There's amazing light. And I don't know if I'll be able to pick this up on camera. What an incredibly like professional, clean appearance. Again.
And this goes down and you can make like a full-size bed. But it leaves this so that the full-size bed goes this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now there is a Truma overhead air conditioner
Which
on
has
top.
saved my life. the
Now
past
this
couple days.
trailer has a built-in inverter. You're able to use the outlets when you're off grid?
Yeah, and there's an outlet. There's 2 like normal outlets down here.
Okay.
And then there's 12 volts, and then there's USB ports here and here.
So that explains the incredible capacity. I'd be interested, I mean, did they talk to you at all about potentially being able to run the air conditioner? Or if there's an
So it's
upgraded...
really interesting. So when my very first night out, I went to Pueblo Lake State Park because I wanted to camp near the people, you know, and I'd plugged it in because I had AC, plugged in the thing, and turned the air conditioner on because it was hot, right?
And it came on.
But I didn't hit the breaker on the thing. And so this ran for 6 hours and it only drained the battery down to 80%. So I was like, awesome.
So it's like, I mean, for the first time today, it's like 100 degrees out. For the first time today, I'm actually comfortable. That's why this video is going to run so long.
Yeah.
But can you, and Rob will get a shot of this, but can you talk about this incredible touchscreen control?
Yeah, so this is like a little tablet, right? And you've got like your home screen that tells you how much battery life you have, right? And then here's like the lights, you know, for the cabin that you can like dim it down. There's the bathroom light. Your temps. Your water tells you how much fresh water you have left.
There's self-leveling in
The
there.
water pump, right? So you turn the water pump on to do your thing. This is all the leveling. So you can see here, it'll show you what your pitch is. and you can raise and lower it. If you have the air compressor on, it'll automatically just sort of auto level, like you hear that little poof.
Yeah, so if it gets hot or cold or something, it'll make that adjustment, or presumably if you're sinking, like you're on sand or something.
And you can also turn it off.
Which might be nice when you're sleeping.
Yeah. And then here's your electric. So yeah, and then there's also the app on your phone. So I have this exact same screen on my phone. So when I'm walking around, I'm like, oh, I want to turn the water pump on so I can do dishes. I don't have to come back inside the trailer to do that. So every girl camper dreams of the potty, right, in the middle of the night. So it's got a cassette toilet, which I am very conservative with, let's just put it nicely. But it is there, you know, especially in the middle of the night after you've been drinking a lot of wine. It's really great. And yeah, it's got little shelves, and it also has, I don't think you can get it on the video, but it also has a wet bath. So you can take a hot shower or a cold shower inside. I've not done that yet. I've been outside taking showers because it was just, the weather was nice,
So there's not much I can say to close this video out. I hope we were able to kind of capture what a camper that has all of the fit and finish and luxury, but it's also rugged and tough. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you. This was fun.
This was amazing to be able to do. So I will include, I know everyone's going to ask how much and all this other stuff. I'll put the website links so you can check it out for yourself. But congratulations on
Thank
the new rig.
you. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
And it's raining.
And it's raining. Hey, Brian here with DIY Outdoor Life. I'm with two new friends, Jen and Paul, who didn't prefer to be on camera, but were excited to let me do my best taking a tour of this Intech Luna Rover. Rover's the package, Luna's the model. This is the lightweight, very high-end raindrop or teardrop that's known for that big front glass. Now this thing weighs 1,800 pounds. It has an aluminum frame. They're using composite on an aluminum cage. It's got a Dexter axle. You can pull this trailer, which is 6 feet wide and much taller and much more volume than a lot of the teardrops we work with. You can still pull this trailer with smaller tow vehicles, making it a really cool, versatile design. Can't wait to show you some of these features. This thing is very nice. So I am so excited to take a close look at this. The fit and finish is incredible. Of course, this trailer is known for its giant window on the front. So I'm excited to look at that as well. But Paul's gonna take us around. He's gonna help show me some of the modifications that he made, as well as the things that came stock on this trailer. I do not know these trailers as well as some of the other ones. I've never actually taken a tour. So come with us and let's check this out.
All right, so I really didn't need to do too much to this trailer. What attracted me to it was it had everything we needed. It's got air conditioning, got a heater, it's got a great kitchen, but really what sold it was that window that you're looking at.
You know, we like to camp out of our trailers. That's one of the big differences for tiny camper folks. We're not camping in, we're camping out. So we use our tiny trailers to go places and spend time outdoors. But when the weather does drive us in, this is a bigger camper, and we're gonna check this out. The feel inside is the ability to basically see what we came out to take a look at. So why don't you peek inside and get a look from this giant window?
Sure, when we wake up in the morning, it's really nice to look out and this is what we see. I mean, that's just incredible. We see the beach, we see the mountains, we see the ocean, and it's all in the little Rover here.
So this composite design with the aluminum and the composite, we know that these materials don't rot. They do well in the sun. Have you had any issues with off-gassing?
Just, the only issue that we had was when we first got it, it smelled a little strong. We got it home, we opened it up, and I realized the bed that it came with, it was the packaging that was the source of all the off-gassing. So I took it apart, threw it away, and within a day or two, the smell was almost completely gone. And we really appreciated that, because sometimes in little quarters like that, that can make people a little wheezy.
That's one of the only criticisms that I really hear. You know, they're coming so far with these synthetic materials. I know the feel of wood is really nice, but people are coming around to these modern materials and how resilient they are, because it's not if water is going to infiltrate, it's when. So to have materials that can handle full waterproofing, it just builds, this camper is going to be here 20 years from now.
And I'm sure, you know, it's going to be my duty to keep an eye on it, check all those areas of concern, and just basically, you know, keep up on the basic maintenance, and hopefully I'm not going to have any issues like that.
It really is a work of art. So I see that you have an Overland Systems awning. Did this come with it?
That came with the Rover package. So the Rover package came with the off-road tires that you're next to there, which are pretty nice. I like the extra room, and there's some roots. I like the extra room that it has. When you're backing it over roots, it's just not an issue. So that also comes with one other secret that we'll get to a little later.
And this looks like it's like a 6-foot awning, about
Yeah,
6.2 or whatever.
it comes out quite a bit. I think it's bigger than that. Yeah, I think it's 6 by 8. Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's 6 by 8. I'm sorry. So it's pretty useful. We use it, especially if we're going to be there for more than a few days. But I've been using the Rover just as a hit and run camper sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't put anything out, and it's a perfect bed on wheels.
This is,
and kitchen.
You know, we all use it differently, and I ended up going with, I had no awnings on the last camper, 2 awnings on this one. You know, I don't use them that much. It's for specific campsites. They're nice when they're there, but I'm like you. I just want a comfortable tent on wheels, a place to explore out of.
Last year, we bought it in 2023. At one point, we had 13 for 13 camp trips in the rain. And then we were up to, I think, 23 out of 25 in the rain. So the awning did really come in handy. We have one of those Gazelle 5-sided pop-ups that we put at the end of the awning. So we'll put our stove in the middle underneath, and we'll eat in the shelter, and I even heat that little shelter. And between those two, it really works, but I didn't want to be setting up all kinds of extra tents, so the pop-up shelter really works.
They are nice. They do well in wind, like we're dealing with now.
Especially when you put those sides on, they really, really shine. The other thing we wanted to get away from was boxes like I have here. With our first camper, we had a little guy 5-wide. But then we just embraced them. So it's kind of simple. It has everything we need right there. And now we're so used to it, it's part of what we do.
Now, I noticed you have some Velcro here. This isn't from the factory. You doing wing walls?
I'm experimenting with my own. I made my first prototype, and they work really well.
It looks great.
So I start, when it's closed, I put them on here. I lift it up, and I just attach the sides with these. It really works well. It stops the rain from coming in, and the wind. It's not really an issue once you have those up.
Now, I'm excited to look in here, but as a teardrop enthusiast, I'm pretty familiar with these hurricane hinges. Now, did you add this protective coating, or is that from Intech?
So that was one of the issues that you do see if you look them up. They were failing the last couple of years, but Intech was absolutely right on the ball to get it fixed immediately. Where I got it, the dealership was phenomenal. They were not your typical used car dealer.
Yeah.
They were really good. They stood behind that product. It was a pleasure to buy this from them.
So there was, I mean, and the reason I know to ask that is I've been around a lot of campers with these lift-up galleys, and it's always an issue. Some are better than others, but you know, it's tough. So they took care of you on that, and
yeah.
And one of the beauties of having synthetic inside is it doesn't do much damage when it does leak.
We were coming back from a camp trip the last day that we were there, and it had been raining fairly heavy. And I opened up the galley, and we had water in there. So I called them up, and we had a major trip planned a week later, or 2 weeks later, I think. And they got us right in, and no problem. They put on that strip that you see up there right now.
That's great. Now, let's see where the magic
Absolutely.
happens.
Then the magic indeed happens here.
I love this handle too. It's always good, and we always tell people this, it's not really good to shock those. So with a big trailer like this, to give you a handle to ease up is always nice. Other folks have to put straps and tie it.
Also, just for preventative, I tend to grab it not on the sides, but in the middle, just so you're not twisting it or stressing it.
You're a tall guy too, yeah.
We've camped places where the slope went down, and that was a little high, so we put straps on for Jen. And she's got a little stool down there next to the bucket. So a couple of times she's had to reach high. I like to think this is a big man's teardrop, though. I'm 6'2", and the people that we were with last week, 2 other guys with Lunas, they were 6'4".
Oh.
So you can fit a big person in here, and you're not going to hit your head on the top of that.
Well, this galley is stunning. So I'm seeing a giant stainless steel farm-style sink. It's massive. Really nice faucet. So this camper does have a water reservoir.
It does.
Do you know how many gallons?
It's, I believe, 11 gallons.
So around 11 gallons, that's enough to do some boondocking. Does it have a hot water heater?
It does not. You know what we found, though? Because we're collecting our wastewater down here, we tend to use less and less water.
That's what happens. We're using spray bottles and sponges.
Absolutely.
And the idea is
so it's forced us to conserve and be conservatives, and happily so, because we don't have to pack out our own water now.
And you can heat a little bit of water on the stove to do your dishes with. It's really not that big a deal. It's one less thing you have to winterize. I know you're a winter camper like I am. This is a propane Dometic cooktop.
Yes, it is.
Did you make this?
Jen made that. Not on the cooktop, but at home for the rally here today.
Is this going on top of that?
We have a recipe where we do something like that. Irish gypsy cake. It's really good.
Very nice. So no refrigerator in here?
It came with a refrigerator,
Okay.
but we didn't know where we would be sitting or camping with this weekend.
Yep.
And they said, well, if they couldn't fit us in, would we mind sharing? So I figured if we were off-grid, we'd just bring our cheap $34 cooler.
Exactly.
And that works fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I got permission to snoop here, so I'm going to
Absolutely.
open some stuff up. I don't know what that is.
Well, it's almost Halloween.
These are very nice, huh?
That's really nice. That's a 11-piece magma set. It's a nesting cookware set, all coated and very, very high quality.
Amazon?
Probably, yeah.
We'll look
I guess.
for links to help people out, but that's a very high-end set. I see you have
Yep, it comes with 2 handles. We
which
also
is
have
really
a bag
nice
for it to
packing.
travel so it doesn't bang things around. But I thought it was a little overkill, and didn't really think it was worth the weight bringing it around. And we were with some campers that had lobsters, and they needed something to steam it in. So
First
it has a
world
colander.
problems.
I know. So that magma set helped them steam lobsters and clams.
I
It
love
really
it.
worked out well.
Now, it looks like you added the fairy lights, but this is an Intech thing. These accent lights with the LED blue strips. Doesn't attract bugs?
They say a little less bugs. It depends.
When you're in the Northeast, there's bugs.
Yeah, there's
everywhere.
bugs.
There's
There's
not, You're not
bugs.
going to stop.
But all Luna seems to be their signature is blue everywhere, and
Okay.
it kind of looks nice as the trim. And I'll show you something that I did to add to that after.
But when we were talking earlier about having potential leaks, again, I'm seeing composites, stainless steels, aluminums. I mean, it's not like it's a particle board galley.
No, and it seems very well built. There might be a little moisture because there's cockroaches in here, but I think we've had 0 problems with this.
So the first thing that catches my attention is the space. I mean, it's got an electric, I've seen this a couple times, the electric fake wood stove. It's nice and warm in here. You could see the winds blowing. It's very chilly out here today, but the view is stunning, and it's not a stand-up camper, but this is considerably bigger than most of our teardrops.
It's pretty close to it. I can get dressed like almost standing, and I don't hit the roof, or we can sit on these seats. There's actually 2 seats on either side of that structure in the middle, and it's very comfortable and roomy. And I'm 6'2", I don't have an issue at all.
So we usually mod something out like this, or you have something like the vestibule, that futon, but this is a teardrop that actually has a seating area with a table. You could do your breakfast, eat a meal in here when it's bad weather, but there's something under this that's a little bit of a surprise.
Yes,
right?
there is. That's the other part that comes with the Rover package. and that's a cassette toilet.
It has a cassette toilet. Now,
Yeah.
I can't express what a big deal this is for a lot of folks.
Well,
For
a lot of
me,
people.
I'm not looking for a bathroom in the camper, but I know so many people, they just wish they had a bathroom. They
So-
just wish their camper was big enough to have a bathroom.
We had another camper, and we were stuck in a gale for 3 days, and you got completely wet just when you opened the door. We didn't have an awning. It was a little guy 5 wide. This honestly has never been fully used. We have a rule: the bear has to be fighting the wolf over the carcass of the cougar during a thunderstorm for us to actually have to use it. But up until now, it's never really been fully used, but it's there.
So you got a nice HD LED TV here, and I love what you're playing. I'm seeing some
So these are all our
vestibules.
camping trips. That's looking out the vestibule. I mean, sorry, not the vestibule. The last one was the vestibule.
Yep.
That last picture was looking out the window of the Luna, and it's really, there's another one. Look at that. That's just great times that we've had. We're going to make a calendar. They were coming out of the trees. Don't touch those.
What a great idea. So, folks, I know I try to do my best to do justice to these. I'm sure I missed a bunch of things, but thank you so much for allowing us to take the tour. This is the Rover package of the Intech Luna.
Absolutely.
So Intech is the brand. I've seen, we did an Intech flyer on the channel. I know the Luna is this raindrop shape. So the Rover is the package.
Which
And
gives you the
that's-
off-road, a little higher ground clearance. I believe it's 14 inches of ground clearance. So you're backing it over roots, even with a car or a low clearance truck.
Yeah.
You just back it wherever you want. You don't have to worry about anything.
So I have to ask some of the tough questions because everyone's going to ask me, you want to give me a decent range on price without being specific?
Low 20s.
So when somebody's looking for this high end of the package, low 20s is not bad. Very impressive. And I'm sure you can accessorize it to the moon, but...
Well, again, that was another reason why we didn't need to. It came with everything we need. With the fireplace, there is an air conditioner behind there, by the way.
air conditioning,
There's plenty of storage. We have all our clothes up there, and we put all our older clothes in there.
yeah,
And those they go all the way up front, too. So
it goes to the little bubble on the
Yeah.
front, so they're deep. Now, my last question was, as an off-grid winter camper, there's no gas heat or anything like that, but that's something that you could add a diesel heater or something.
we
to
were already
this.
looking into it. They install a Propex heater will install right under the detector, the propane detector right there. And that's something I definitely want to do because I want to go off-grid. These are off-grid-ish.
Yeah.
But to have a Propex heater would be great. I'd be able to go wherever I want. Right now, though, we found a couple of really interesting campgrounds with power in the winter. And we were there at 12 degrees and snowing and no problems.
There's so
and
many cool
raining.
options. There's 12-volt heated pads that you can use with power stations. You know, I'm not worried about the air temp. It's when I'm sleeping, it's like, you know, if it's 15 degrees out, as long as I have a heating pad, I'm usually pretty comfortable.
Well, with these 0-degree bags, we don't have any issue. We're warm and cozy. It's just not an issue. So
Did you add these exercise mats underneath?
Yes, we did.
Is that for
as a matter of
ventilation
fact,
or is that for comfort?
that's for extra insulation for the winter.
Aha.
The ventilation in here is really good. We never have a condensation issue. There's never anything on the walls. Sometimes on the windows when it's really cold.
Yeah, of course.
But the walls all stay nice and dry, and we just love this thing. Let me add one little thing that I added here. And outside, underneath, I added little puddle lamps, and they're motion detected. And so as soon as you get out and you swing your legs down there, it just lights up. And we did it in the same Luna Blue that was the whole theme around here. So
very nice. And everyone probably knows what this is, to have a nice waterproof box for your shoes.
yeah, we like that. We've been keeping it underneath as is right now, but I am going to build them, and I'm going to put something right there that'll be a little bit more convenient and out of the way. And you want to keep them bug-free and dry.
That's right. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to let us hang out and let people on the channel check out this amazing camper. Any parting words?
Well, thank you guys, you and people like Cosmo and all these other Teardrop channels. You all inspired us to get this. We used to sail before this, and this has really been a great thing that we've done here.
Thank you guys for watching. I'll put links in the description. See you next time.
Thank you.
Hi, we're Jim and Michelle, Delaware, Milford in particular. 2023 Runaway Range Runner. Bought it in April of this year. Drove to Florida to get it. We bought it so we could actually tow with that RAV4. Tows really well, actually. As far as weight goes, dry, 800 pounds, just bone stock. The way we got it set up now, it's about 1,100 with everything that's in it. 2023, they come completely empty inside. Everything in here we've done. I've got a queen size bed, 4 inches short on the length. I built the shelving, I built the bed frame. Bed frame will come completely out. They do, as far as we know, it's a stock box. We put the propane tanks on the side. They're 2 10-pound cylinders. Probably overkill for this size and for the amount of camping that we do. The propane is for the shower, which we have here, and an awning to come out over the shower. It's a Camplux, I forget what size it is, but I set a bracket up here to hang it off of, and then everything sits here, and we just get the water out of 5-gallon buckets.
Perfect. So what I know about Runaway is they make a really good entry-level, low-cost trailer. It's very lightweight, but you chose to get one pretty bare bones. I think that's what they specialize in.
Correct.
And then everything we're seeing, you've done.
Yes.
So
Well,
you just hang that Camplux.
Yes, I just hang it here. Propane, we pull the propane tank off, bring it back. There's 2 5-gallon buckets. And obviously when this is out, the shower sits right here. The awning comes out. The awning's a benefit for 2 purposes, because when we're boondocking, it also covers the generator.
Perfect.
So that helps out also.
So you're drawing, you have some sort of pump on your shower.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
so-
the Camplux. I forget the
They make a
overall
bunch of
burner
different
size.
models, but one of them has a 12-volt pump,
That is
and
correct.
that's what will draw the water out
And
of
the
the
12-volt pump, we just run off the solar battery inside here.
Very cool. Now, this is a modern Runaway, so this is non-wood. This is a composite
It's
material.
Complete composite, 1-piece roof. We hope it doesn't leak.
And if it does, nothing's gonna rot.
No, there's no wood or anything, and it is a steel frame. It's not an aluminum frame. I would say that would be a benefit for a Runaway to consider, but I didn't build it, so. The tongue weight went up since obviously I put all this stuff on the back, or on the front, sorry. And this thing can handle it. It just does not like hills.
But it gets good gas mileage.
It does actually. Believe it or not, about 14 to 15 towing this.
Excellent.
So-
Now, one thing that's unique for me with tiny campers, and I hope it shows up on camera, this is a 6-foot wide trailer.
By 8 foot, yes.
So it's a 6x8. You're actually sleeping in the east to west orientation.
Correct.
So when you were talking about trimming your queen size mattress, and we'll show the inside in a bit, you're sleeping sideways.
Correct,
Yeah,
yes.
very perpendicular to the way the trailer would travel.
Yes. It's east to west. Like I said, I had to cut 4 inches off the queen size mattress. Yeah, would I like it to be just a smidge longer? Yes, but hey, it works. We bought an 8-inch foam, and I can't complain about the mattress itself. The length, yes.
Well, very different for me to see a trailer of that width. I mean, it looks large, but it's still nice and low to the ground. You could fit this in a garage door probably without the top awning.
We do.
Oh, you do with the awning?
No, I got 10-foot doors.
Okay.
So yeah, that helps obviously. I built all the brackets and stuff for this all to sit on. It just came with the crossbars. Everything here I built, put it together, both sides.
Nice job. So it's been, how long did you say you had it?
We bought it April 6th of this year.
Oh, you've been busy.
Yes, yes.
So you're grinding and welding and
Yes.
painting and really modding this out.
Yes.
What other, as I come around the back, something that'll be different for some folks that are used to the Teardrops, tiny campers, there is no galley on this.
Correct.
So your storage is going to be internal and your cooking is outdoors.
Yes, yes. Generally, you hope and pray when you get to a picnic site, or it's got a picnic table, which this one does. Otherwise, we don't have a table set up for this. Actually, we do, but we don't have one outside that we can actually cook on. We need to address that.
So one thing I love to see with these tiny campers is extending your outdoor space, whether you want privacy or cooking or spending time outdoors. Tell me about this ARB.
So we went with the, what is it, 825 by 825 or whatever that is.
Yep, 2,500 mil.
Yeah, and we went with a lot of SAM mods, and people know what I'm talking about, I hope. Adventures of the Memory Makers, I think that YouTube site is.
We've featured a bunch on the channel, and I've actually walked through these.
Yeah.
So you've added strength.
Yes.
You've added stability.
Yes.
Did you do any of the cuts inside?
Correct.
All
yes,
right.
we
So
did actually.
We'll take us in, and we'll take a peek.
We did the, once again, I'll call it the SAM mod. We did the mod here to actually make it so it goes over the fender. She sewed everything. I didn't do it, she did actually. She did a great job. And then it's all done, complete. Sits flat against the wall, which makes a heck of a difference.
Yeah, and I think folks who watch the channel get the idea now, but it's, you know, besides looking a little neater than just draping the inside wall in, it's sealing this space in. It's sealing it for bugs, wind, temperature. From outside, I just heard someone say squirrels,
well,
and that's absolutely true.
Oh yeah, because when we first got this, we had not made any of these mods. Our first camping trip, well, other than actually buying it because we camped on the way back up. But we left and came back, and a squirrel had snuck in there and was eating her Oreos.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
You can't have that.
Yep.
So what a nice cozy space that this makes. Obviously it's got lights, you can open the walls up to a screen room, but these set up real easy, and it just kind of extends the space of these tiny campers.
What is this, 10 by 10 I think they are? Or eight,
Yeah,
or eight?
it's just over 8 by 8.
Yeah.
It's a really nice, and ARB does such a nice job. I'm looking at the wire management and things that you have coming in this clear section with the LED light bar makes all the difference.
So basically I built all the, like I said, these come empty, completely empty. Now when we purchased it, he had some temporary stuff in here, and then he had an L-shaped bed. We pulled all of that out, and I built the shelving to put in here, and the bed frame. Like I said, we bought a 8-inch foam mattress. We left the flooring in. It's got the foam underneath of it. It's actually kind of comfortable. It's a little cool in the winter months, but yeah, everything you see in here is something that we've done.
Do you have a rooftop fan?
No, it's a solid roof. And I thought about penetrating it with a fan. I decided not to. These, with being a solid roof, they're not going to leak. Well, they're not supposed to leak.
Yeah. So with composite, and I know that they're carpeting the ceiling there, which is going to help. They're known for the condensation in there, but all tiny campers are.
Right.
So are you using cross ventilation, or do you run fans?
Believe it or not, right now we've not had to do anything, but we've only run this twice, the little 1500 watt quartz.
Got it.
And it keeps it rather toasty in there. In fact, what was it, 48 here this morning?
Yep.
Roughly. That kept this and this probably about 10 degrees warmer than
so
outside.
It's warm in your awning room, and you have electric hookups here, and
Yes.
that does a lot for drying as well.
Correct.
Did you crack a window for ventilation or everything?
No.
Oh, wow. So,
No.
I mean, I'm usually battling some condensation, especially if there's 2 people in there,
Right.
2 people and a giant dog.
Right.
So the windows aren't fogging up bad, the walls aren't sweating.
No,
That's
not
great.
at all. We did put the solar battery in, and she got on Amazon and purchased all these compartments to put in the shelving that I built.
Really nice 2-door setup, and I love the storage in there.
The air conditioner, by the way, comes with the camper. I believe every runaway is built with an air conditioner installed already.
Well, the trailers, I think, are made in Florida, right?
Correct.
So it's less of a luxury down there. I like how they do it. Adding an air conditioner to a tiny camper is a challenge. So now, do you have a detachable cover for that?
No, it's actually covered. When you look at it, I think it was a steel or aluminum cover, and it's got the grate across the front. I don't really see where I would need a cover for it.
Okay.
Maybe in the actual winter months, it's not a heat pump or anything, but maybe in the actual winter months to cover this aspect of it. But yeah, I think that might be aluminum.
Very nice setup. So I've seen a bunch of runaways on the road. I've always been such a big fan because I'm into good entry-level campers that we can mod out ourselves.
Right.
This is the most thorough tour I've ever done of one of these Runaways.
Right.
I'm impressed with the build quality. I'm impressed with its weight. What's your feedback on this, Bill?
Actually, I love it. I'm not going to lie. It would be nice to stand up, but I think all of us here today probably wish we could totally stand up in our trailers. From a standpoint of cost, that's where you benefit from this. Because honestly, when her and I we did tent camping. It was all about being able to have a place to sleep. We don't spend a lot of time in the camper. Obviously, you're sleeping in there, you might be changing or whatever, but there's not a whole lot of time spent in there. And our whole thing was, I want some place to sleep comfortably and then be able to get out and do whatever it is that we want to do.
Well, this is absolutely my favorite type of person that comes to tiny campers. Somebody that did the backpacking, they love the outdoors. They're not looking to you know, get a 40-foot camper with high def large TVs in there. I just want a comfortable night's sleep so I can stay out here for longer.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Well, it was really nice meeting you. Thank you for showing me this awesome camper. Everyone's gonna ask, you wanna give me a ballpark of what a 6x8 Runaway costs?
If I count in all mods, we've got 12 grand into this.
And that's counting all of your modifications. What's the stock price on something like this brand new?
Without putting my foot in my mouth,
Yeah.
I believe these are like 8,100.
Okay, and we can look it up online, but I know I'll get 45 comments asking. So, thank you so much. It was really
Not a
nice
problem.
meeting you.
Brian, appreciate it.
Thank you guys for watching the channel and giving us a tour of this really nice Runaway.
Yep.
I'm Kevin. I'm from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and this is my Oklahoma schooner, or OK Schooners. We've had it for about 18 months, and got about 9,000 miles on it now. We got the lock and roll hitch. The one thing I did find out is that because it's such a short trailer, it's a 5x9 body, that I added to the hitch an 8-inch extension that I got from Amazon. And even though that extension hooks onto the truck instead of the trailer, it really makes it a lot easier to back up. It doesn't cut quite as sharp.
Yeah, anything you can do to extend the tongue, and you have a good sized truck. It's not like you're towing it with a Subaru, so tongue weight's not an issue.
No, because that battery is heavy and it drops the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah. We added the ARB room, and of course we had to do the SAM mod.
You did it yourself though. You
Yes.
didn't go see the wizard.
I didn't go see the wizard, no.
You were inspired.
I really was. My wife and I saw that, and it was like, that's what we need. We didn't even have the room. We saw the mod first. So then we knew, okay, now we got to get the room and do the mod, and we were in.
Well, this is my first time seeing it on an OK schooner, and we're gonna get there. I'm gonna tease people a little bit because that is the nicest one that I've seen done that wasn't done by Sam himself. So
well, thank you.
Now, this come with it?
Yes, we ordered this because it was so heavy on the front. Originally, the spare tire mounted here, and that's a lot of weight, and both of us together could not lift that up. So we took all that weight off the front, added the 120-pound battery. No, we need the power lift, so I'm not going to pull my back.
So, you know, you have a nicely organized tongue box here, and you're working with a 200 amp hour AGM, so you got some, like you said, 120 pounds of weight there.
Yes.
But did you mount the tire somewhere else?
No, it just lays in the bed of the truck.
That's the beauty of having a pickup truck.
Yeah, it is. We ordered these, and actually I went brain dead. I forgot the manufacturer. Rhino Rack.
Rhino Rack.
Rhino Rack. So we got those, and then I added the kayak mounts because we have kayaks that we take occasionally. It's got a small max fan, not the big one, but it's the small one. And then I drilled a hole in the side for the diesel heater. It sits down here. We power it off the battery, and just got one vent in there, but it keeps it at 60-ish.
Did you get that Valterra port off Amazon?
Yes.
Did you have to get the cap separately? And
No.
or you found a place to get it all in one?
This one came with a cap. I ordered another set for the inside so that I can cap it if I need to, because I've got a vent on there right now, But I was talking with one person and he said, I got a vent or a cap on this side, and if some kid comes up and pops the cap and throws a firecracker in there because I don't have a cap on the inside.
Yeah,
I think it was Camp and Camera that mentioned that. So
Mike.
I bought
Mike
two.
didn't want a firecracker in his camper. So. All right, very cool.
Power import.
Is this AC ventilation?
It is AC ventilation, and then the exhaust vent is up on the top.
Okay, so we have a center mount. You're boxed in on the AC fan.
So, because we got to order from the family business, they let us pick and choose how we did this. Their base model comes with doors and such. Didn't want doors. Didn't want tanks, so there's no water tank to deal with. We just wanted something nice and smooth to wipe off. So we got the stainless steel top. Took us 6 weeks to get this top. The first time they made it and this lip came out instead of rolling under. The second time they made it, there was a huge crease. So they sent that back, and then the second manufacturer did it on the third time.
Well, third time's the charm. It looks incredible. It's such a nice fit and finish on this galley. I like what you did here. I wish the door came up just a little more.
Yeah.
It's right at head level, but I see that you've addressed that in the best way possible.
Andy was in charge of or was responsible for saying, you need to get a pool noodle and you need to do this. And so, yeah, I've hit myself on that corner.
Yeah. How do you like the IceCo?
We love it. It's the single zone. It's not the dual zone. But that's okay. If we have something that's frozen, we'll stick it in there, and when we're ready to cook it, it's thawed.
So I love the built-in nooks, the spice rack. I mean, I hope this shows up on camera how really classy and just, it's a very, very nice looking galley. And these drawers, what do you store in the catch-alls?
Oh, so in the bottom, this is the oven, Coleman oven.
Okay, and that goes on your Everest?
That goes on there. And we've got the welding blanket cover to keep it warm. And we have a couple of bricks to put inside of it to help regulate the heat. Oh yeah. This one's the cast iron and cooking pan drawer.
So the drawers are quality enough to throw
No.
a cat? Oh,
Not for cast iron.
okay.
We found that out the hard way. The whole bottom out. So
Okay, I've run into that with people. That's why
I flipped
I
it
asked.
over and replaced it with a sheet of 3/4 inch in the bottom, and it holds now real well. And then silverware on top. And they're all soft close drawers, so.
And the little silicone dimple pads.
Yeah, Cosmo.
Yes,
Right
I was
there.
gonna say, I know where you got those.
Yeah. When we're actually on the road, the stove sits up on top of these, and I just bungee it in off each side and the little hook in the bottom, and it won't move. And then to hold everything in, I just made some bungee cord loops. They're got the fancy tacks in there. I think they're office thumbtacks or whatever. It's got the little head on top.
And you're coming back on itself with just wiring heat shrink.
Yeah, I wrapped it with floral wire, real tight, and then heat shrinked it so I didn't poke myself. And this keeps the paper towel from unrolling. With the wind, it's nice and tight.
Genius. I want to take a look at some of your camp furniture here because it is pretty nice. Where did you get these Max Sport chairs?
Costco.
Costco.
They had them on sale for $89, and we have tried to find chairs that were comfy, and that mesh keeps everything nice and cool. It's a really comfortable set. There's no bar behind your legs pushing up against you. They collapse, and they have their own carrying case with back straps on it if you want to take it for a trip.
I like them. I wish I could link for people, but if you have a Costco near you, look for Max Sport chairs. They definitely got my attention. How do you like your Everest, your Camp Chef?
Love it, love it. We're able to get a big skillet and the oven on here at the same time. We saw a bunch of reviews, and they said this was the easiest one that they could actually control the flame all the way down to almost nothing. And it's a 20,000 BTU per side, I think.
Wow.
It'll boil water quick. It'll burn stuff. So you really got to watch it and tone it down.
So that's what you store on the countertop with the silicone pads?
right here.
Nice.
Right there, and just lash it down with the
Boy, it
bungee
almost
cord.
looks like we could get it on top of this too.
It's close. I was upset that I couldn't. Because at one point I was thinking, I'll just build a little shelf across the bottom and mount the tray on top, and I can slide the stove right in there. Now, it's an inch tall.
We are cut from the same cloth because I'm always trying to find some new
Yeah.
way to store things. We've kept people waiting. I am so happy to show, and Sam's going to be thrilled about the job you did modding this yourself,
Well,
and how
shall
you
we
got
go in?
back into sewing.
Yeah. All right, so here is I call it the Memory Maker mod because that was the first place I saw it. As I said earlier, we saw the mod before we bought the room, and that's what made us buy the room and do the work.
I love how clean a job you did, especially for not being into sewing, having not done it in a long time.
No, I've done a few small things, but nothing like this. So I just followed his directions and got the soldering iron, flattened out the cutting thing.
Yeah,
and,
the hot
and
knife.
Did that,
And
yeah,
just-
the hot
yeah.
knife. And everything that he said to do seemed to work perfect.
These are Amazon aluminum tent poles.
They are 11 millimeter. You can get them in 9.5, 11, and 13. I tried the 9.5 and they're just not strong enough. So I had to buy another set of the 11s. They're going to be about 17 foot long when you get them. So you're going to have to cut the ends, and all I did was use my copper cutting tool, right, for plumbing.
Yep.
It's about that big and costs about $5.
Yep, just thread it down till it's tight and
Yep.
just spin it around.
And then you make it long enough so that it will arc, and tie it in I just got a gear tie holding it, nothing fancy.
I mean, you got really good height, and you could
Yeah.
put a pole here to reinforce it in
And
a
I have had
deluge.
to in the rain.
Okay,
I have had
in
to.
a bad one, but right now you have all the headroom. It looks really good, and you sewed some pockets to receive these.
I did. Would you like me to take this down so that you can see that?
No, I saw your template.
Yeah, and someplace I put it. That ain't it.
We'll find that template.
We'll find it. Yeah, and I
Did you put anything in the end of the pole, like
No.
a protrusion, to stick into that, or it's just the cutoff end?
It's just the cutoff end with their normal tent pole thing. I could probably get some spare parts.
Oh, I see it. It's
Yeah.
got one on there. So,
yeah, it's
okay.
just like it's a tent pole that clips in for your frame, and you got to make it a little long so that it arcs. But that's just a little bit of trial and error. So here's the prototype that I made, and this is 3-inch webbing that I got from Amazon, and I just cut it across, made a 45-degree angle, sewed it in, and this is all on the top. There, you can probably see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the bottom, another piece of 3-inch webbing with a grommet that I got from Tandy Leather, because it's a wider grommet. It's not too thin and it won't pull out.
So that receives the end of your tent
And
pole
that's what
securely.
pulls the end of the tent, right there.
I love everything about it. Well, what a nice setup. I'm glad that you're getting out and using it. You got some miles on it. It was
yeah.
really a privilege to come and meet you.
Brian, my pleasure.
And I hope you guys stay tuned for other videos on the channel.
Oh, every time you got one, we know it.
Take care, everyone.
Hi, I'm John James. I'm from Beloit, Ohio, and we're talking about my vestibule camper. So this is number 346. We bought this used. Actually, we've only had it for 2 weeks, so this is our second time out with it. So we're really learning how to use this, because our bushwhacker we had for 3 years and it was set up perfectly for what we wanted. But now our daughter gets to enjoy that while we have this. Just some of the things we really liked about the vestibule was just how open it was. I think watching Sam Olt's video, we saw what he did with that window. I'm not brave enough to do that, but we like this. And actually, a year after we bought our bushwhacker, we saw Brian's Cosmo Weems video, and so we started watching Cosmo Weems, and we saw where he was going, what he was doing, how he lived in this thing. We said, you know what, this is, when we retire, this is what we're gonna get. We're gonna go out. And then we said, why wait till we retire? So we ended up getting this from a lady up in New Hampshire. So she took care of it, and now it's ours. So we're the stewards until the next people take it from us. Just some of the features we really like is that the windows, it's kind of an interesting design how you pull this out and give it a twist and then open it up, and it latches in these little notches here. So that, we like that because when we can have these wide open when it's raining, which is nice. The other thing is, and we use this probably more when we're outside of the vestibule than when we're inside, because we can be standing out here, set a drink on here, set a plate on here. When you're camping, it seems like you're up and moving an awful lot. At least we are. So that's been great for us. So we love those tables and that thoughtfulness of this. And it's kind of nautical, with the porthole window. We like that. And the other thing that I don't know how they did it, even though this seems to be a smaller footprint than the Bushwhacker. It seems like it has so much more storage space. And part of that, I think, is, how we went down and below the floor. This front well here with quite a bit of storage. And then when you look at this underfloor storage, it goes clear back to right here where this back wall is linking up with the galley. So you really have storage from here to here. I mean, that's a lot of storage. These little chairs, we can put a couple of those in there, all of our tables. So it's been great. This comes out. I know you guys have all seen this before. So that just pops out and these come down in just a couple seconds. Our bed's ready to go. And what's interesting about this one, this was actually the first one, according to the lady we bought it from, this was the first one with the split seat. So when you look at this is actually two different mattresses, and the futon comes up half there and half over there. I do a lot of solo camping. My wife is with me, she's over there, but I do some solo camping, especially on business. And so for me, it will allow me to keep one side up, one side down, and not be making that switch in the evening. We've set out, for sunset. Actually, when we first brought it home, we set out and watched the sunset in our driveway. And it was just fantastic. And with the, with the portholes opening and with the max fan and these windows opening. And then the other thing is we've got these ports up here, these vents that open. And so there's never really any issues with getting enough airflow in there and avoiding condensation. We've got the shade up here that comes down. And I will say this, it's the white one, the complete white one. We'll get the blackout one. There's a lot of light that comes in through this. So anybody that's looking at these, if you're thinking, well, I don't want to spend the $195 extra for the blackout shade, spend the $195 extra. And so we're going to go ahead and run up to the mothership next year and get a few little things done, like having that put in and just a few little things. We want to get some new LED lights for up here, things we could probably do ourselves, but you know what? If you get a chance to visit the factory, why wouldn't you? This model does have the Propex furnace in it, the propane furnace, and that will run off your 12 volt. So we do like a lot of fall camping, early spring camping, actually a little bit of winter camping. It's kind of nice. There's nobody out there in the campground. So the Propex is nice. Also has the 5,000 BTU Danby air conditioner. And that's great, except, I mean, you do have to have power. We're hooked up here to the power. We do take our generators sometimes, but with all the ventilation that we have in here, we really don't have a real big need for that. But it is nice to have it for those really hot days. It is meant to be used, I mean, this got filthy from everybody else's. Now, the Bushwhackers, of course, didn't get so dirty on the sides the other day because they're up much higher. But really, the clearance in here matches what I have with my Ford Escape. So they're evenly matched because, if I had the Bushwhacker, and I love my Bushwhacker, but it was so high, but it didn't do me any good to have that high ground clearance because I was limited by my tow vehicle. I will say the Bushwhacker, it let us play around and do mods and completely make it our own. This one is Bert's, it's Bert Taylor's vestibule, and every one of them is Bert Taylor's vestibule. Now granted, he probably had some of the best ideas and designs ever for teardrops, but these are not the ones where you want to go start drilling holes through walls and doing things like that. Yeah, so coming to the back here, probably our favorite feature in here is, right here with these 3 drawers. And I'll tell you, it's just, have all this space in here. We've got so much stuff in here. And we're still trying to figure out where everything's going to go. I will never get rid of my Gerber cook set. These are the, I don't know if you've ever gotten anything from Gerber, but these are, just a higher quality than what we have in our kitchen at home, I think. So yeah, we love this. And little things we've splurged on, like we got these little, they're copper and teak wood handled measuring cups, and they don't break down, but you know what? Sometimes you just want to have nice things, and so it's always that compromise between space and nice things. So
Tell me about this. I used to talk about this with Cosmo. Can you actually see through your trailer when you're driving?
oh, this is the best thing ever. So we got to pick this up in New Hampshire, and we hop on the highway, and there's this guy tailgating me, but I can see him right there, and he whips around me really quickly. So had it not been for this window, I wouldn't have even known he was back there. I might have started over into the left-hand lane, but I knew he was back there. And so it's been really nice, especially if you're driving in metropolitan areas. Yeah, out here it's not such a big deal, but you get into, driving through New York City where there's 5 lanes, it's really nice to know exactly what's behind you. The other thing I will say with Ford, with these Ford Escapes, the other thing that's nice, looking at that visibility, they have the trailer tow package that they have on here. You can enter in your trailer in the length and the height and the width, and it will adjust your blind spot monitors to compensate for the trailer, which I thought was very cool.
Now, how do you like the Dometic fridge?
Like I said, we've only used it 2 weeks. I just saw a guy down here that bought one. It's a split fridge freezer. So I really like the idea of that, but we like the Dometic. I mean, it's got a ton of room in here. You can Bluetooth on your phone and change temperature. You can see we're making s'mores later. But yeah, so far so good. It runs on the 12 volt, runs on the 110. Seems to be pretty gentle as far as, how many watts it's using all the time.
Did you ever see the Cosmo mod where he puts a little piece of rubber tubing off this?
I did. Now I will say what we're going to do, and again, we're kind of learning this, we will probably end up putting our wash sink out here, wash them here, move them to a nice wash sink on here, and then use this sprayer to spray them off. A couple reasons why. It keeps the water out here. If it gets onto this table, it's got these slats that'll go down through, and it's easy to clean. You're kind of jammed up in here. So this is, I think, what we're going to end up doing. The one thing I will say, and it's not specific to Vestibule, I'm hoping that the companies will start putting in some USB-C ports as well as the USB ports, because so much of what we use now has a USB-C. Yeah, we've got the USBs there, then we got the 12 volt there, and then of course inside you've got 2 USBs and another 12 volt there. And then the other thing, you were talking about the Max fan, I think having the remote on this is really handy. Well, I think the more affordable one is the way to go if you're not sure. We knew when we started that we wanted to teardrop camp. We love tent camping. We've hiked the Appalachian Trail, a lot of parts of it. So we knew we wanted to continue camping, but we didn't want to continue sleeping on the ground. And so I think the base level one gets you involved. And for most people, if you're not sure, start off with something cheap. I always say, like, buying an elliptical or a treadmill. If you're not sure if you're going to use it, buy the cheapest model. After a year, if you're using it all the time, then buy something really good. And that's kind of what we did.
This made my day. I really appreciate you taking the time to take you through your new trailer. Shout out to Vestibule for just making a work of art, and thank you so much.
Hey Brian, it was nice meeting you in person. I said I told you the other day, everything I learned about electrical solar energy, I learned from you. So.
Hey, Brian here with DIY Outdoor Life. Today I'm with another Brian, but the difference with this Brian is he has a really sweet home build he's going to take us on a tour of. This is going to be super exciting. Stay tuned.
Okay, so my name is Brian Hooks. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. This camper is a project from about 2 winters ago. It's based primarily on the Tony Latham book, plus a bunch of YouTube resources like this. So let's take a quick tour. We'll start with the Galley. So this is the Galley. I went with a Yeti cooler as opposed to a DC fridge, just to cut down on the size of the battery bank that I would need. Meets all of my needs. The camper in my use is for kayaking, so I'll spend 2 and 3 days in the kayak over a weekend, but I don't have any need to boondock, so I didn't need a whole lot of power. So got 2-burner stove powered off of propane that's mounted on the side of the camper, and then tucked back behind the 2-camper stove for my power source. I've got a single Renogy lithium battery that's fed by 2 solar panels up on top.
Now I see you're going with the Rover for the MPPT. You've been happy
Yes.
with your off-grid performance. You're getting a good charge to the battery.
So I'll use the power out of it without even thinking about it. I'll wake up the next morning, at the worst I've seen 97%.
So 97% is a pretty good
Never had to
basement
think
level.
about charging.
But everything looks real modest on the electrical use. You're not doing anything. There's no inverter in there running outlets?
None
or
at all. It's all DC, it's all LED.
200
and
watts of solar.
And 200 watts of solar for the single battery.
So if you wanted to add a DC fridge, you got room for days as far as power is
I do.
concerned. So, but like you said,
do.
with less boondock and the Yeti is good. I love your cabinetry work. Can you show us some of these drawers?
Oh, absolutely. So there are the ones that carry any weight in them are lockable. So, and then just general storage.
You can never have too much. And those are swinging cabinets?
They are cheap Chinese hinges.
Yep.
They're supposed to stay up. That's the only one
For the
that
first
does.
couple weeks.
That's the
and
only
then-
one that does.
And
The
then they're
others
self-closing.
Are self-closing, which is fantastic. You don't forget it.
So I'm gonna ask you some questions about the build from the trailer, you know, as a whole. But back here on the galley, this is Baltic birch,
Yep.
and you framed this out. What did you finish with?
So this is spar varnish.
Okay.
Everything
like
back here is
sparathane,
covered.
Yep.
Yep. Just like they do on boats. I figured that'd be better for
Great
water.
finish. And that's what Mike uses as well in camp and camera, right?
is.
Does Tony use that?
It's one of he gives you some options, and that
Okay.
was one of the options that he references.
So you cut your splines out of plywood, bent this. Where
did.
did you end up sourcing this material?
So this was the hardest thing of the entire camper to get. I built this during COVID, supply issues, all that kind of stuff. I live in Knoxville. I had to drive to Toledo, Ohio to source the Baltic birch.
Well, you still saved a lot of money.
It was expensive birch.
Yeah, but you got to go on a road trip for us. So,
Absolutely.
I see you have a battery monitor. You have a whole DC center with some 12 volts. Do these switches go to anything yet?
They do. All of these switches are the back end lights.
Okay.
And then this top row is my external lighting on the sides of the camper.
Got it.
And the blue lights underneath.
Oh, yeah, we picked that
So
up. That was really cool.
The lights underneath are so that my wife's not scared by the monsters when she comes back at
But
night.
they don't attract bugs either, so
Yeah.
you got the right color.
Yeah,
So,
and all of the LED lights, I looked for the right Kelvin temperature for that as well. I don't
Very
remember
smart.
what that is.
the idea is when you put bright white LEDs, you come back and it's like a moth,
covered.
you know, so
Yeah.
very cool.
Absolutely.
All right, well, if
So,
you take us around the side,
the Chinese diesel heater, this is the diesel that feeds that.
1 gallon? Half
I
gallon?
think it's 3/4 gallon.
Three-quarter
It
gallon.
came in liters.
But that'll run you a month. on
Yeah,
these diesel
yeah,
heaters.
this thing is so efficient.
So
It's
the
great.
trailer has a Chinese diesel heater,
Right.
so it just constantly goes. There's not like a cycle with the thermostat.
No, all it really does is it cycles a dosing pump. So the number
Cycles
of,
the fuel,
of
but the
cycles per
fan is
second.
constant. So, and that's good on your battery too.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep. So propane, and let me come back to that. The diesel heater, I kayak. All my stuff this was soaking wet yesterday. I'll hang it up for 5 minutes inside and it sucks all of the moisture out.
The difference between propane furnaces, indirect units, diesel heaters versus like a Mr. Buddy
Right.
is it's not putting moisture in the air. So it's like a nice dryer. Even though we're in a hot climate, you can run the furnace and then when you air it out before you go to bed and it's a dryer.
As a result of that, no moisture in there ever to wipe down. So
Amazing.
I'm super pleased with
Very
that. But yeah, propane for my 2-burner tank. This little thing lasts all season long.
Yeah.
So
That mount, Amazon find?
this was hours and hours of research
I know. I
on the
knew it.
internet. So, and you'll have to look later at the name brand. I don't remember
We'll put a link in the description for that. But this is always, people are always shocked at what they cost. You got to get a good one.
It was expensive.
It's expensive, and it takes hours of research.
But I was willing to pay a little extra to not watch this bounce down the interstate.
You don't want it bouncing down the interstate.
2 solar panels on top, and then the fan mounted right between them.
So you went with the max fan. You can use
did.
it in the rain.
did.
Does the speed modulate really well?
Very well.
So you can get the low speed and pick it up if you need it. That's important when you're
Yeah.
sleeping. Do you have any side vents, or do you use your window for
I do.
the draw?
I use the window for the draw on both sides.
So if you're
Works like a
blowing
champ,
out,
though.
it has a spot to blow in,
Yep.
to suck in. Perfect. Now, let's take a step back for a second. You had this frame built using Tony
did.
Latham's plans.
I did.
So it's an overbuilt frame. You didn't go with a Harbor Freight or a Northern Tool.
I could put my house on it. Absolutely.
What-
And with his dimensions, it
Yeah.
pulls like an absolute champ. I don't have any turning issues.
It's a
none of that.
very, very rugged frame. I'll try to get some shots, some B-roll that we'll put in later on that. Dexter torsion axle?
No, this is just spring leaf spring.
Just a leaf spring.
axles.
Perfect. Do you know what your trailer weighs?
I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's much. You can
Yeah,
pull it around by hand.
I think it's probably in the 1,000 to 1,500 range, but I
You
haven't
might
weighed
even
it.
be high on that. It
might
looks,
be.
yeah.
I might be.
So, plywood construction, fiberglass, and then Raptor
And then
Rhino
Raptor
style
liner.
lining.
Yep.
Same thing on the roof as the sides?
Same as-
And then you overlap the
exactly.
roof over?
Yep.
Now, do you have a lot of experience doing stuff like this?
I've never done this. I have no idea what I was doing.
So with the internet,
Yep.
a book,
Yep.
and a couple friends, there's some great communities out there. You tackled this project.
And weekends on a winter.
Weekends in one winter?
Yes, 4 months.
Now that's pretty impressive. Did you tally up what you spent or no?
I didn't.
No, good,
I intended
smart.
to. I tried.
No,
Then
don't
I
even
forgot.
worry about it. It's a good time.
Yeah.
You built your doors.
I did. So I'll show you that. I did not intend to buy the doors or to build the doors. I
Right.
intended to buy them.
Yep.
But I cut the radiuses out.
Uh-huh.
You can't buy a door with
With
a
that
radius
radius.
this small.
So for those of you who are total beginners at this, if you're building a trailer, everyone gets to the door planning stage.
Yeah.
Now, a store-bought door it costs more than a lot of the other materials put together.
Yeah.
But building a door can be a daunting task too. You had any trouble?
So it wasn't. It was more mental challenge
Yep.
than physical. I mean, I'm not skilled in woodworking,
Right.
so I was looking to just have a turnkey solution.
Right,
But
me too.
you can't buy doors with 3-inch radiuses, and that's what this is. So I jumped in, and it was not terribly difficult with a good router.
A good router. I've seen people try it with a jigsaw, but a
Yeah.
good router goes
Yeah.
a long way. And you got the hardware. Where did you
And
source your stuff?
All of this framing,
Yeah.
I had to build jigs for.
Okay.
Just to get it on this tight of a radius without it buckling.
Bend it clean. So you don't have to be intimidated. Like you said, you're not a carpenter of 30 years. You just went
Yeah.
at this. I'm impressed by that. I think with mine, I was one of the people, I'd buy a door.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, me too.
You did too. So, I mean, you did a good job with them.
I'll show you inside. So my electrical system is on the top left side there for all my fuses and that sort of stuff, as well as the switches for the lights.
Perfect. Now, he's holding these hangers. This is part of that dryer you're talking about.
Yes.
I do this. I hang stuff
Yeah.
up and turn the furnace on, and you have a
Yeah.
built-in closer blanket dryer. Now, you've had no leaks. It poured last night. I have a shot of a tree that fell down just over here. High winds. Dry as a bone?
Dry as a bone, not a
Real
single
nice.
leak.
Now, you used like any lap sealant or anything around your fan or any of the things that go through your
I
sealant?
did. I don't remember the name
Probably
brand of
Dicor,
the sealant.
you
but
know, so just
yeah.
some self-leveling.
Yes, it was
Very
self-leveling.
Nice. Yep. Butyl tape or any of the other?
Yes.
Take
In
us through
fact,
some-
behind any penetration, I have butyl tape.
Nice, and those are carriage. Those bolts
They
go
do.
right through.
They do.
So the structure of this, you have plywood on the sides, but you cut the splines into the roof.
I
What
did.
did you bend to get your radius on the front?
So I've got the Baltic birch,
Same as your galley
same
birch.
as the galley.
And just did layers?
Yep.
How many?
It's just one layer
Just
on the
one layer.
inside, one layer on the outside.
Very nice. Insulation?
So, yes.
What did you
Yep.
go with?
It's the pink stuff,
Foam, fiberglass or foam?
foam.
foam. So this is a huge, it's probably a closed cell foam.
Yeah.
The fiberglass insulation wicks moisture. It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
It's gross. That, you know, so you just cut your pieces out.
I did.
Use
I had
a
to
hot
kerf them
knife.
some
Okay.
on the sharper radiuses, but
Very cool.
It just took time.
This trailer looks amazing. So this finish that you did with the Raptor lining, everything looks super water secure. You got your hinges on Amazon? Where'd you go?
This is from a trailer, from a Teardrop trailer supplier. I can't remember the name of it. It's very, very
There's a
popular.
few, yeah, and I know some people go on road trips to like Traeger's and they try to go where they get discount. It's worth the drive, but there's several places online that source Teardrop hurricane hinges.
Yes, it's
The
the
same
same place I
place?
got the hurricane hinge as well as this aluminum.
Let's go back to that for a second. You're using this, I call it the Tony design, and he watches the channel from time to time. He'll appreciate that. But my cameraman and I are driving a trailer that the hurricane hinge leaks inside. And it just has to do with the fact that they cut it flush.
Right.
It just wicks around. So this overhang right here is what allows you to use this in the rain.
Yep.
Any issues with water
Lets it drip off the
infiltration?
side. I've never had a drop of water inside the galley.
So you sealed everything down. You used butyl tape on
I did.
penetrations, and then you used the top bead.
Yes.
So, I mean, I love everything about it. You did a great job.
Thank you. I'm super proud of it. Not a lot to see up here. Got the box up front, just to keep stuff dry and stored. And then a way to jack the trailer, hook it up. It's got the 7-pin. Got brakes on my truck that punches through that, but I'm not powering the batteries through that, and I'm not using the DC to DC.
So he's using a lithium battery. He's got the 7-pin, but you have that section disconnected. You're not trying to steal a charge off your alternator. The 2 panels charge when you're driving down the road.
Right.
But now the wiring's there, so if you do want to go to a DC, you have a place to
I wanted
put
to
it.
build the ability to be able to boondock in the future, but I just don't do that right now. So
Perfect. Now, what type of things? This just a catch-all, you said?
it is just a catch-all. You know, your standard, I got chocks for the tires and shoes that I don't want to put in the camper.
Every Teardrop person
Yeah.
learns they need a spot to put their lock, their wheel chucks, their leveling blocks, and
Yep.
they don't want it in the camper. So
Yep.
really cool stuff.
So
Folks, I learned a lot today. I am so into this trailer. I can't thank Brian enough.
Thank you.
Nice name. Solid,
Of
solid
course, right.
2 Brians and a Homebuilt. I'm most impressed with what I hope can encourage you guys. So I don't know if you have a quick word, but with no skills whatsoever or experience, you took this on. What was the motivation?
the motivation was to be able to have a place to stay dry and comfortable and be able to kayak on the
So
weekends.
you like going out on weekends and kayaking, and you're a build it, don't buy it type of guy.
Absolutely.
You can do that too. Send us messages. I'll give you the resources that he used if you're into this thing. Can't thank you enough.
Hey, you got it, brother.
Have a good one. I will catch you guys next time.
I'm Bob from Alva, Florida, which is just outside of Fort Myers. And this is our 21 New Camp Tab 320 Boondock Edition. This is our first full weekend out here at the Bushwhacker Boil. Week out, I should say. We've had it out for a weekend before, and then Diane, my partner, is a nurse, and she spent 8 weeks inside of her at a summer camp for teens. So we're still getting used to everything.
So she used it as a home on the road, but now this is your first week-long vacation trip.
Well, exactly, and on the road she didn't have to cook, she didn't have to do much of anything because the camp provided all that, you know, including showers and that sort of stuff.
Nice, so you're still shaking it down.
Still on the shakedown cruise. Exterior-wise, the only modifications I've made were to add 2 of these toolboxes. They were either Amazon, but I found them less expensively on eBay because the Boondock came with this shelf system as well as the box for the battery and the propane tank. But that didn't leave any room for the waste hoses. And I didn't really want to have them inside the camper or inside my car, so bolt on 2 of these, and now I've got outside storage. That's one of the things that I noticed that the big campers, the Class A's and all I have, is separate outside storage for things like that. And of
That's
course,
it. Not only do they have more inside storage, they have more outside
Inside.
storage. And when we have tinier campers, we could tow with tinier vehicles. We don't
Right.
need a 3500.
right.
So yeah, so outdoor storage is always the best mod and the most like a premium bang for your buck.
And at $79 each, well
Ooh,
worth every penny.
Can't beat that. You won't find that price on Amazon, but that's a
Well, there were
that's
only
a steal.
89 on Amazon, and
Oh.
I'm sure it was the same.
Well,
I'm sure
I'll-
they came from the same factory in China.
I'll get a link because yeah, I see those mounted on trucks. It's just a
Exactly.
Great,
I just
great
turned them
essential.
sideways because they are supposed to be an undermount on trucks. But the vertical ones, or the ones specifically for campers, were much more.
Very cool.
The biggest exterior mod I made was actually to the tow vehicle because I didn't have a tow package. I did have the receiver, but I had to run power and put on a new 7-pin. I had a 4-pin for the trailer. But I put in a relay box, and I have 2 outlets here to run the refrigerators. So when the car is on, the trailer charges. When the car is off, the refrigerators are safely on the trailer battery, not draining my car battery.
So you ran an ignition for that relay? A wire to the-
Actually, I'm just using the auxiliary that was already back here feeding
and
the
that must have already
feeding
turned
the
off.
12-volt socket, convenience
Perfect.
socket here in the back.
Really nice.
So that was great. A hint, you know, the power stabilizers are expensive. A hint, everyone wants power stabilizers. This vehicle has got 4, and so it's a big pain to crank them all. But you always got a Ryobi or a Milwaukee or whatever power battery drill kit. Buy the ratchet. And you've got them for, you know, 70 bucks as opposed to $175 per stabilizer.
And one of the most compassionate things we can do is use standard powered ratchets and drills instead of impact guns.
Yeah.
Because it gets the job done and you hear that impact gun from 400 yards away.
Exactly.
That brrrr.
Exactly, and do that. So coming around to the interior here, the door, you know, convenience of having trash right there and the like. But 2 bench seats that come together, and the bed it makes is almost a full-size, a queen-size bed, just shy by about a couple inches. We added a roll-up, well, a 3-inch mattress topper, because while these are okay, this is a whole lot nicer. We used a lot of plastic hooks around to hang things, and this on the door is just very, very convenient for all your little stuff that keeps it readily available. And we have a full wet bath. Very convenient.
Hey, so the trailer has a black tank and a gray tank?
Black tank and a gray tank.
This Tab from New Camp was a really popular trailer. They sold a lot of them.
Yes.
And I think part of what I've seen, I mean, you have enough stand-up room.
Yes.
On this side, I see, you know, you're just crouching a little bit.
Right.
But it's got the bed on wheels, the bathroom, the toilet, and you can pull it with a mid-sized vehicle.
Exactly. That's only a 6 I've got in that Jeep Cherokee.
Nice.
So
Do you
it
know
does.
the weight on this trailer?
It is 1,700 give or take dry.
Dry. So even if it's stacked up really good, maybe let's say you're
23,
22, 23.
You're still.
So you don't need a full-size truck, you know?
You don't, exactly.
Good SUV pulls that.
And that's, you know, not the large SUV at that, and that's only the 6.
Nice.
8 would have no trouble whatsoever.
Electric brakes?
Electric brakes. We'll edit that back in. I forgot to tell you show you that that trick. 12-volt converter to charge the battery and run things. 175 watt solar on the roof. All that is under here, along with a Aldi glycol boiler system for hot water and heat. That'll run on propane or AC. Jensen stereo and TV.
Do you have, I worked on one of these units once. Do you have just the domestic hot water or does this have the in-floor heat?
Just a domestic hot water in this
Okay,
one.
I think there's a model that
That
actually
has
has the glycol that runs
runs
through the floor as well.
Yes. If you're going cold camping, that's fine. I'm from Florida. This is as cold as I want to get.
How's the AC?
AC works well. It is actually here under the bench right here, the shelf. This is all storage under this bench. And, you know, storage up front, storage up front. Not a lot.
What kind of air conditioner is it that it's located under? Is it like a window unit?
No, it is factory, and it's strictly for, it's like 4,500 BTU. Of course, this
Okay.
is a small, and it is a factory fit, all ducted in. You know, ducts here, ducts there, the like. AC outlets and 12-volt outlets. There's one in that cabinet. There's one in each of these corners, and another AC down there. So you've got power every place, and plus both USB and cigarette lighter connections for things like your phones.
Yeah, the thing that I've always seen with the new camps, the fit and finish is really nice.
Yes.
It's clean, it's modern. Things like the blinds
Yes.
that they use on these windows are really outstanding.
Well, not only that, they split. Oops. That clip just doesn't want to stay on, so that you can have wide open, you can have pull-up privacy, or pull-down screen. They made no real inside mods, just add you know, hooks and that sort of thing.
It was
inside.
perfect how it came. And these little things that so many of us have to do came factory from New Camp.
Yes.
Like the shades and the screens and on
Oh,
all
yes.
the doors.
This is the cute one.
Typical tag and tab window, that circular window with that little spiralic shade that's
in.
inside the glass,
Yes,
right?
it's really a neat thing.
Yeah.
And go from there. Now the rating, I have never tried it yet. From solar with the single battery, is supposed to run the built-in fridge, the water pump, your lights, the fan for a night's stay, right? So charge it all day, run stuff in the day a little bit, and then all night you should have enough power to power that. Oh, and I forgot the TV and the stereo too.
And it's simple enough to keep all that infrastructure in place and just get a bigger battery if you need 2 nights, 3 nights, or so on and so
Well,
forth.
but yeah, and it will, you know, will recharge during the day unless you've got no rig. Again, I didn't have the trailer tow package, so I needed a brake controller. Now this is from Kurt. It goes in line in your 7-pin, and it connects to your phone for all the settings, sensitivity, emergency stop, all that other things are right on your phone. So now you don't have to run all that infrastructure in your car. Just plug it in and let technology do it.
Yeah, it sends a Bluetooth signal.
Yes, to
and
the phone.
what Kurt is getting better in the later iterations is you see these straps.
Yes.
We used to find these. They would fall all over the road. And I see that you're also doubling it up.
Yep, doubling it up just so if it falls out, because it is kind of precarious, this extra weight.
They fall out, but when you put them back in, they have a memory. They go back to the
Oh yeah, they
settings
go
that
right
you
back
put
in. And like I said, just a leash to keep it from falling on the road.
So a couple words about these boondocks. This is an Asdale composite surface, right?
Yes.
So this is a trailer that has very little exterior wood.
Correct.
There's some wood like when we get to the galley.
Yes.
But they are constructing a trailer here that is designed to not rot, not get the same water
Correct.
infiltration.
You do have to recaulk them every couple of years, but that's not a bad thing. And this one is, again, a 21, and a couple things are showing its age. We had a hose that got brittle on us and flooded us here. No big deal to take care of, but just unexpected, you know.
Typical RV stuff.
Typical RV stuff. Again, these are pass-through cabinets to the interior, so you can put your snacks up where you can grab them in the middle of the night.
Oh, I love that.
If it's weather, right, you can still cook in the rain, but eat inside where it's dry, no problem. 2-burner gas stove, microwave, refrigerator, and for her, that's about all there is. There's a table on an arm that fits both here and inside between the 2 benches that we don't have set up today. But that's a neat feature. They come factory with these rails, and we do have an awning for this side, but there's even tent room accessories. Whole
I've seen
large.
that they have the Keter rail that goes
Yes.
in, and then you end up with like an arched
Yes.
eyebrow.
You end up with an arch which matches this, profile.
Have you used that?
Yes, we do.
Does it
It's
do
just-
okay in the wind?
We haven't had any problem with it when we had it out in the, we haven't had it out in a hurricane yet. But we had no problem with it. Just in this particular locale, with the other stuff we needed, we didn't have the need for it. I work online afternoons and evenings, so I have the Starlink and my laptop ready to go. I put it in the screen pop-up because at night, the laptop, of course, attracts everything.
So the new technology with cell phone boosters, the Starlink satellite
Yes.
internet, a lot of times when I have to bring this gear out with me as well.
Sure.
And a lot of times people come by and they say, aren't you supposed to be camping? Like, what do you got all these gizmos? But you and I, we can go camping because we're
Because
on
we can
call.
work.
Yes.
Yes.
So why sit in your home office? Look at the home
Yes.
office we're working with.
Well, exactly. I mean, I'm so tempted to video this in 4K and buy a 10-foot screen and put it up as wallpaper, right?
Exactly. Or you could turn around on a Zoom call and they think that it's elaborate digital background.
Exactly. No, it's real. I actually did yoga yesterday, and everybody at the yoga class on the Zoom was just very jealous because they're cramped in their living room, and I'm saying, no, I'm out here on the river.
So by being able to do 6-8 hours a day, we can turn what would have been a weekend trip into a 5-6 day camping trip.
Yes, exactly.
So bring the
Exactly.
technology on.
Bring the technology.
I'm not embarrassed.
Sure, we came early because over the weekend, even though the event didn't start until Wednesday,
Yep.
so that I didn't have to take any time off.
Right. The other thing we find is sometimes you've had such a good time on Sunday when you would be packing, you say, can we just stay one more day? I can work from here.
Yeah, exactly, and then maybe go back later.
So we're not sponsored by Starlink, are we?
No, we're not sponsored by Starlink. However, as a engineer, I am most impressed with their technology. Now, Diane is a foodie, so we have...
And an avid reader.
And an avid reader. There you go. So we have 2 refrigerators, freezers for the car. We have, of course, the one inside, which is smaller capacity than each of these.
So these are the BougeRV 23s. These are the bread and butter of a bushwhacker
Yes.
owner. Have you liked them?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. And we use them a lot for just day trips in the car because they're convenient. You plug them in, you don't have to put any ice. You can put all your drinks and water and lunch in it.
And it might seem excessive, but they're small, they're easy to carry. So
Yes.
having 2, you can do the one freezer, one fridge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We looked at the combo model, but it weighs twice what this does, and I really don't want to lift it out of the car.
Yeah, and they're small. The freezers are real small. So
Well, yeah, exactly. So no, we just didn't do that. And of course, we have the coffee maker and the convection air fryer because Diane won't leave the house without it.
So electric sites only for some of this gear.
Electric sites only for a long camp.
Very cool. So, this weekend I've been wandering around. I've looked at 30, 40 different campers. You're the only one with a tab here. There's no tags here for this event.
Right.
So you're the representative for the new camp folks. Would you do it again?
Oh, yes.
Would you get the same style camper if this one had to be replaced tomorrow?
We would definitely get the same style camper. It is unfortunate to me that they stopped making the 320 CS. They still make the 320, but the kitchen's on the inside. You get a little more storage and a little more elbow room in the interior because the benches are a good 6 inches
I can
wider.
relate with you there, though. I'm an outdoor cooking purist. I don't want to cook in the camper. So
Especially a small one, because then all your clothes are going to have, and that sort of thing. They do make a 360 in the CS, which is probably 4 feet longer. So this is only 16 feet, so it's probably only 20. It does weigh a little more. It has 2 twin beds, so it's much larger on the inside, and the CS outdoor kitchen. So if we had to replace this, I think that would have to be our next step unless we could find another
one with that outdoor
used.
kitchen.
But the new camps keep their value. This is a 21. When we were looking, we found a 16 that was the same price, an 18 that was $1,000 less. So, you know, it's an investment.
When you build a trailer right, oh, look at that. That
Yeah,
one's got a little time on it.
Yep, that one's got a little time on it.
Yeah, when you build a trailer right, they definitely do hold their value, and this one looks like it's had a lot of fun adventures, and there's a lot more to go. Thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate you taking the time to give us a tour of this, and I'm sure a lot of the Bushwhacker owners had the opportunity to come over and take a peek and see what they like.
We've been giving tours on a regular basis.
All right, so thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Okay.
Okay, hi, I'm Debs Jordan, and I am from Jacksonville, Florida, and this is my very cute A-Liner Ranger 10. It is my bedroom on wheels.
Nice. You want to take us on a tour?
I do, and it would be a matter of you just stepping your head inside.
So you have set this up. You've been using it a lot?
Yeah, I have. I've probably, well, in the fall, I went down the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, got all as far up as Maine and went to Acadia, and then hugged the coast as I came down, hauling this, no plans, no reservations for anything, just went.
Well, I love it. I've seen these on the road a lot, but it is, you know, it tows like a pop-up because it folds down below your car, so it tows really easily.
Yeah.
And it's got all the tiny camper feel, but the big difference is you can stand up, right?
Yep. It's the stand-up part, and it's very, very easy to pop up. It comes on spring-loaded bungee cords, and I can do it with one hand. And it takes me all of a minute.
And where I'm sitting over here, there's a little dormer here that pops out too, so it
Mhm.
feels very spacious.
And this shuts if you want to nap. And I've discovered using sun shields when the sun just happens to be shining down, and to keep it a little cooler, but you definitely don't camp in the summer.
So this has air conditioning. It has heat. The heat runs
Yes, it
on
does.
gas.
Yes,
The
it
air
does.
conditioning requires 110. It has a Dometic refrigerator that can run on 12 volts. And this weekend we got together because we put a lithium battery and added some solar to this camper to
I'm so excited.
give you some more capabilities, right? To increase what you can do off grid.
Absolutely, because I found out I was in Charleston between Christmas and New Year's, and we were completely off grid at some Harvest Host thing, and you know, the propane works, but what powers the furnace
fan
does
and the-
not. And I found that out. And I have to say, and these are questions I'm going to ask you, I have so many features I don't use. I don't use the hot water feature. I don't use the sink, so I don't put any water in there. I know because it sits up high that I could go completely off grid if I needed to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice trailer, and you're using it like a nice hard shell tent.
That's all it is.
And that there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And we could talk about some of the other
Yeah.
features. And
Well, here's another interesting thing. When I bought this, I just had a Honda CRV, and it could tow this, but loaded with nothing. And so all the stuff that I got was really lightweight. And before I went down the coast of the Atlantic, I bought a Pilot. And so it's like pulling nothing. There are times I don't even know it's behind me.
that's really good. And
amazing.
with the profile that it tows in, it's really good on gas mileage. It sits behind your car and doesn't really, there's no air dams.
No, and not even a mile difference. It's like 19.7 or 9, and when I'm not towing it, it's 20 point whatever.
Wow, well
So,
that's
yeah.
different.
Yeah, and the cool thing is the dormer just pops up and down real easy. Boom.
Wow.
And it's in. Okay? Yeah. It has a fan overhead that goes both ways. I do have an outside shower. I can hook up. There's the water plugs.
So you have city water connects. You do have a water reservoir on this.
Yes, I
There's
do.
furnace exhaust. There is the outside shower. There's a hot water heater.
Yes.
I mean, that's a fridge vent. This
Yeah.
is a very well equipped trailer, whether you're using those features or not.
Exactly.
It's meeting your need, which is to be able to travel and bring a shelter along with you.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing I would say, the drawback is you have to erect a canopy because you're out in the water. But I've seen a hack where you use the half of umbrella, like the balcony umbrellas, and you could put it right there, and it would, when you step outside, you know, in time to put your umbrella up to go someplace.
Yeah, I bet even like a nice lightweight 10 by 10 pop-up would look good.
Yeah,
You know,
and
just something to get out of the weather when you're outside.
Well, just something I can put up because a lot of these take two people. And that was the big thing, is I wanted it to be something I could do. I am solo. I do not go into Walmart parking lots and stuff like that. I usually go in the protection of a state or a national park. But before I bought this, I did 2 cross countries to the Pacific Northwest in a tent.
I see that your tow vehicle is like mine. You're camping out, but this is
yes.
mostly cold snacks.
Yeah, in all seriousness, I do not cook when I'm alone. I might heat up water and do my coffee. I need that. You know, I need my French press and I need my electric toothbrush.
So are you eating out? You're going on the road and
Either
stuff
that or
those?
just go get prepared foods and put them in there or put them in my refrigerator. But until now, I was at the mercy of a cooler. I don't cook inside with the Coleman.
Right.
Because it's, you know, the
Yeah, I'm
moisture.
with you. I don't either.
Yeah.
So you set up a little
Yeah.
kitchen outside.
Yeah.
I'm looking behind you. Is that a storage pass-through?
Yes, it is, and it's very, very small. This is actually, this was the last thing when I took my Atlantic trip that I put, because I didn't know what to do with it at home. Okay, and it has served me as a privacy thing. It goes here when the air conditioner's on because there's hot air coming back there. This is very small. I wish I had more outdoor storage, but you see it doesn't go back very far. But it has, you know, like the tire, the jack thing and all my other, like the chucks and so forth.
But I mean, this is quite an engineering feat.
You see that?
It's hard shell, but it doesn't leak and it
doesn't.
opens up easily. You said you do it with one hand.
And you can see these things here are stabilizers.
That was an
So-
add-on, right?
No.
Oh, that comes with
Now,
it.
the original ones didn't, but this is like an upgrade
Okay.
from whatever unit I had. But I don't always put them up, you know, if I'm staying in extended or, you know, it's windy outside.
So how do you rate your camper? You've had it for a year. You think it's the best thing ever, or is there things you'd like to see different?
Well, I wanted solar panels and I got them. But in all seriousness, I love my camper. I love my A-liner. And it's Allie is their name, okay?
They, them, Allie is your camper.
But then it goes around these kind of, you know, $250,000 rigs, and I have to give it more confidence because it gets a little self-conscious about being so small.
I think it holds its own with style.
I do too. And a lot of people comment, oh my gosh, that's so cute, you know? I mean, they do, this is not the smallest. The smallest doesn't have that dormer. There's a bigger one that is a little wider and has a second dormer here.
How does this get covered when you're on the road?
It comes with a cover.
It's like a soft cover?
Yeah, it is. It's a canvas cover.
Really nice design. This is how these window air conditioners are meant to work, you know, just like you'd use them at home. But so many times when building a small camper, they slide it in to the camper itself and have to figure out how to vent this section.
Yeah.
So it's actually just a really nice way to have that installed, and it works well. It keeps you cool when you have shore power. Thank you so much for taking the time to give us a tour of your A-Liner Ranger 10.
You're amazing.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do that, and I hope you really enjoy your weekend camping trip.
Yeah, do I get the job?
You got the job. You're hired.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Susie, and I'm from Castleton, Virginia, and this is my little guy, Silver Shadow. It's a 2013. I purchased him back in March. I think I'm the third owner, but they took very good care of it. I was a tent camper for 5 years, and my air mattress died, and I said maybe it's time for an upgrade. So I decided to completely upgrade, and it was the best decision I ever made. He's comfortable, he keeps me dry, he's easy to tow.
And this is a 6 foot wide.
10 by 6.
10 by 6.
So it's a
you
king
can
size
sleep
bed.
sideways.
Oh yeah, yeah. My daughter and I sleep very comfortably in there together, and I don't even feel her in there.
Makes a huge
Yeah.
difference.
My two requests were air conditioning and a refrigerator, because everything else I've already done.
Perfect.
And makes it just perfect.
So,
I've got a lot of storage in the front to carry all my stuff.
nice. Did you do any mods, or did they come with all this stuff added?
It came with all with it.
So what do you use the front storage? Just a catch-all?
My chairs, my Easy Up, my chocks, and all that good stuff. Just all the mechanics of it. My cords, electric cords and such.
So just a nice catch-all to throw the stuff in?
Yeah.
And is the battery up there, or?
No, it's under this. It's in the back underneath the counter.
Okay, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So this really is truly a space just dedicated for your catch-all and
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
So coming around, this is a really nice looking trailer, and it's squatty and short. It'll fit in a garage bay, no problem.
Absolutely, and lots of tight spaces that some campers can't fit into.
But look at this galley. You want to tell us what you think and what you're using everything for, but it really is beautiful.
Yeah, it's just got plenty of storage. I got really lucky and found these baskets, so that way I can kind of keep things a little more organized and be able to pull it down and see what I've got. Plenty of storage in the drawers to keep all my silverware, and I did have to put the plates in there because they're big, but I have plenty more storage if I wanted to carry more stuff, but I try to keep things pretty simple and basic. And the fridge holds, you know, the important stuff that you don't want to get not cold. Even the little freezer works really well.
Oh, too cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So a nice little spot to keep stuff cool without having to get it wet in a cooler. And
Exactly. And I did a cooler on my first trip, and it was just kind of a pain to have to constantly buy ice. And that's why I said, you know what, I'm gonna get an ice maker.
So this trailer has a beautiful fit and finish, and I see how they set things up with lots of storage, but I don't see any cooking. So this is a cook-out trailer.
Correct, yeah.
And I see that you went with the old school green Coleman, tried and true.
I've had that one for 30 plus years.
Well-seasoned cast iron.
Yeah, a little dirty, but it's good. Yeah, because I'm used to cooking on that, and I also have a little grill that I carry along with me for grilling steaks and chicken and whatnot.
Perfect. So no cooking in the trailer.
Nope.
All that stuff is out, but you do have some good storage for your
Carry.
plates and cooking equipment and the food.
Yep.
And you found these on Amazon, you said. What about all these other, I mean, my trailer does not look like this. I mean, you got some ferns. Is this all Amazon stuff?
No, it's just, you know, a little here, a little there. I just bought that on this trip, and just pick things up here and there. Walmart's a good go-to store.
Do you, this is real?
Yes, I just bought it.
Do you glue it down? when
No,
you're
I'll put it in the car.
Okay.
No, I'll put it in the car.
It's
I just
doing
bought
really
it.
well for living in the back of the truck.
No. No, I don't put that much stuff out.
So did your secondhand purchase come with lots of leveling blocks and stuff like that, or did you go
No,
and...
I bought all that myself.
So
And,
what resource did you use being new to tiny campers? Did you just kind of
Just
search
Amazon.
Facebook and then buy stuff on Amazon?
Correct, right. And it also has a table that clips onto the side and comes out about 4 feet. So it gives me that much more extra counter space. It was just going to be too much in the way here, so I didn't put it up this time.
Nice.
But it's very handy for my washing station.
So the trailer has some old school flair with these fenders.
Yep, very retro. I love the look, and I love the lights that run across the back at night. When it's going down the road, it looks really cool with those lights on there.
So how many trips have you been on?
This is my 8th.
8th trip. So
And
you've
I've only had it 6 months.
So you're starting to get the shakedown trips behind you. What have you learned?
Best decision I ever made.
Oh, that's a good starting point.
And keeping things simple. You know, that's the key. You know, I see a lot of people carry a lot of stuff, and I'm like, do you really use all that stuff?
There's so many different ways to engage with how we do it, and
Sure.
for some folks, sometimes it depends how long you go, but
Right.
there's always this ebb and flow where you get too much stuff and dial it back to simplicity.
right,
So it's good
right.
to stick there.
There's been a couple things that it's like, oh, you know, I haven't really used that. I don't need it. And then I'll make note of things that I do need. A bread knife. I was trying to cut some bread, and it was like, oh, so. Yeah.
Links in description for bread knives. We'll put it below. But so you're still learning some stuff. I saw you playing around with this. I think it's a Pacquiao. I
It
think
is.
that's the name of
It
it.
is,
I'm
yeah.
probably not saying that right. Pahakyu.
We always talk, we couldn't figure out how to pronounce it. I said, I'm not even going to try.
So I'll put a link to these. What this company did was they give you a nice oversized privacy changing bathroom tent. But
Yep.
what they're attempting to do is like what some of us have done with our Wizard of Mods. They give you this like bungee
Tunnel.
section, and you
Yeah.
attach something, so it gives you like a tunnel, right?
Right. So
But
you can step right into it for, you know, changing or restroom or whichever.
Now these have gotten some mixed reviews. Some folks really love them, but so far you got to figure something out.
Yeah, I'm struggling with it. It was getting too hot in there to wrestle with, so I thought I'll just another day.
And the issue was it was just pulling free, right?
It was popping off. Yeah, it
So
wasn't staying on.
if somebody has one of these, I'd love to see the links in the description. If you've been able to secure it in a way that holds up to wind and doesn't
Right.
keep detaching, because
Just
that's
simply,
no fun.
Simply putting it on. I mean, that was the hardest. It was frustrating. So I
So
just,
back to simplicity. You
Yeah.
ditch the barbecue.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You know, it still works. It just, I have to go out and then go in instead of going directly in, which not a big deal. Not a deal breaker.
It's all camping.
Yep, that's right.
So,
I mean, it's still bougie.
Yes, it certainly is. So
Beats a
as beautiful as this camper is from the outside, and the galley is stunning, I had a chance to peek inside. If you would be willing to give us a tour.
Sure. What I love about this camper is it looks really tiny on the outside, but when you're inside, it is super roomy. It's got the king size bed. I've got storage underneath as well. And then on the back, it's got cabinets to store my clothes. I put all my clothes back there.
Oh,
and
nice
extras.
little flush. It just slides back and
Yep,
forth.
yep.
And you have a little bit of natural light coming in too.
I do. I ended up putting this tint on because I realized at campgrounds, when people are walking by at night, they can see right in. And I was like, you know, I'm not liking that too much. So I put that on there. I got that off of Amazon. And it's been great. And
Can you show us? I really like how the blinds attach.
they're nice. And
So
they're those
I
nice
have a
fabric
shot on it.
ones.
So it's not mounted to the door.
No, it's got these little spring spools at the bottom so you can tighten it. And then they won't fall when you're going down the road too.
That's
But you
really
just
nice.
it just tightens that tension on this little string, and they're really nice. I like them. I see people putting curtains, and I think they just get in the way too much.
Yeah, so you said an air conditioner was something that was essential for you. You're
Yes.
down south, you're
Beach. We have a beach trip we do every year down in the Outer Banks, and just as I get older, I like to be comfortable. You know, fans and baby powder got me through many a summers in the tent, but you know what?
I'm with you.
It is time to
I'm with you.
make
Let
it comfortable for me.
People can say whatever they want,
Yeah.
but sleeping well at night
Oh,
makes
yeah.
every second of your trip better during the day.
Especially when it's
So
raining.
so if it's a simple little thing like wanting it 69 instead of 78 inside the
Yep,
camper,
yep.
I say more power to us.
Yeah, it's got a nice little drop-down DVD player, so if I want to pop in a movie and watch something, it's pretty cool. And it also works as a deflector for the air conditioner because, boy, that sucker blows right on you. So you put that down and it kind of deflects it off so it's not quite as cold because it'll run you out.
Does this trailer have heat?
No.
So it's something that wasn't as important for you.
No, and I purchased a little space heater and I just kind of put it on to take the chill off, and then I turn it off and I get under the covers and get cozy. And I put some lights up just to kind of, it's got these lights overhead, but they're a little blinding. So if you're looking for something, they're great, but for when I'm laying in here alone, I just have my little fun lights on there, and it's nice and cozy.
Seems like you have a really nice powered fan. Have you
Oh
used
yeah.
that much?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. When you crack the windows, and I got a tip from one of those helpful pages to put a cork in the bottom of the window because it opens it just enough and it pulls that air through there. It'll cool you down quick.
I like that, and I actually, my version of it is one of those old school pencil erasers, the big ones, because I can lay it flat and crack it a little. I can turn it on its side or stand it upright. Gives you 3 variations
That's a good.
of cracking.
That's a good idea. I'll have to remember that one.
And they're cheap.
Yeah.
Link
Well, the
in
cork was too.
Link in description.
There you go. So yeah.
Well, doing all these camper tours, we're here in North Carolina at a Bushwhacker Boil, but we're open, and we get really excited when folks come when they have different trailers.
Right.
We've seen a lot of Bushwhackers. So
I know. I was worried. I was like, I don't have a bushwhacker, but can I still come and hang out?
Have
They're
you
like,
had a
sure.
good? Have you had a good time?
It's been wonderful.
Have you felt welcomed?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
if you have a different tiny camper or any kind of camper, make sure you sign up for that Bushwhacker Boil. We really are having a blast.
So, you know, I'm a solo traveler. My daughter accompanies me occasionally when she has time, but this is perfect for me. And if anybody's thinking of looking into something like this, I highly advise it. It's not that hard to tow. It's lightweight. It's very easy to deal with. Even my girlfriend was like, wow, you really packed that up and got hooked up and ready to go quick. I said, yep, it doesn't take much. It's very simple.
And it's a step up from our tenting days.
Absolutely, and it's a whole lot more comfortable.
If you could do it all over again, you'd get the same model, same type, or?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so we have a glowing endorsement for our, I keep calling it, it's a silver shadow. So I had so much fun. Thank you so much for taking time to come and show us a trailer we haven't looked at yet. And I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mark. Last time you saw my Bushwhacker 10FB. This is my 2023 Sunset RV Sunray 139T toy hauler. This thing had water leaks, so I pretty much gutted it. The kitchen, half the inside, the front countertop. They had the hitch extended, obviously added boxes, connections for the...
I'm in the shade here, so you did a hitch extension here. It gives you a little bit more room to turn.
I can turn a complete 90-degree angle.
They come in really handy. Electric tongue jack, but I saw this before we started rolling. You can't wait to see what you did with this DZ box. Holy cow. So you bring quite a bit of tools with you.
Yeah.
Now is this because you're still working on the camper, or you just like having them?
Sometimes, just in case. If I don't have it, I'll need it.
Perfect. That's a good point. So show us some of these mods that you did.
We did install an outdoor shower. It's a sand Hema. We use it every once in a while. I did change this to a quick chuck style instead of the one you just push in.
So the camper has a hot water heater.
It does have a hot water heater in the back that will scald you, absolutely scald you.
Very cool. So outside shower on this. Now we're reaching up. This is a real tall camper. This is a lot more than a Teardrop. So you can stand in this?
Oh yeah, yeah. You have a little bit of standing room up front. You know, you can stand up to change your clothes, which is nice.
Well, what I was so blown away with when I saw it is I'm familiar with this model of Sunray, and it was made to be a bit of a toy hauler.
Correct.
And you've gutted the whole thing. So show us the back here and what you've done with the ramp.
Yeah, it's designed for a motorcycle or a four-wheeler to pull in to go to parks and stuff. I just took camper legs and put some down there. You can fold them down and set your height, and now you have a little patio for when it's wet outside or muddy.
So you've got a screen door, and you've turned this to a porch.
Yes.
And you got a pretty nice view here at this campsite.
And then it gives you a pretty good sized basement below that too. If you can look down below.
So once again, if people are unfamiliar with this was an area to roll a motorcycle in.
Correct.
Or something like that. And so you've decked it out almost like a van conversion.
Yeah,
So
very
now
similar.
You have a screen door with a bed, and we call this the garage.
Yeah.
So lots of room here. It must be 7 feet deep.
Pretty close. I do have drawers up front that cut into it a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, I see you got canopies and different full-length gear down there. So this is really sweet. What about this 270 awning?
Yeah, it's also a sand Hema. works pretty well. I like the whole wraparound. I added some braces for the legs. I don't like tripping over legs.
So show us this, because this is a really cool mod that people might not notice. These legs normally come down vertical, right?
Correct.
And because your camper's a lot higher, did you come up short?
Just a hair short. You could have pulled them down, but they were a hair short.
So how did you make this connection to triangulate them back to the camper?
Oh, here, these are flagpole holders. Got them off Amazon. You buy them in a 4-pack.
This is what we do it for. This is pretty genius. So have you found that you had the same stability?
Oh, it's very stable. I mean, you obviously want to find a stud, or a solid place to mount.
Okay.
There's a stud there and there's a stud there.
So this is all original as far as the poles that would normally come down vertical, but you just put flagpole holders here and you can make a good connection. Is it a friction
I modified
connection?
this up a little bit. There's a few things I didn't like about it, but
tell us about it.
Oh, just I put rings on the end because it was just pulling on the fabric. I'm like, that's not going to last if you're just pulling on the fabric. So I put those in there, and then there were some design and production issues with the sand hammer. It works, but all the Velcro was in the wrong places, and I had to redo stuff and add Velcro. I did it like one of the first times out, and just kind of resituated it because they were sent out not made right.
Well, this is pretty sweet, and one of the things I know from this model of Sunray is you did have originally an outdoor kitchen that tips up like this, like a side galley, but you've gutted this.
Correct. It had water damage just like the front did, and it was, it's got that pressed fiber board and it was peeling, and I just did not like the look of it, and I managed to get a lot more out of it and a cleaner look, I think.
I think it looks really nice. Take us through. So you have that's a really nice fridge with a freezer?
Yeah, it came with that. I love it. It's a 12 volt. I love having a freezer camping. It's nice to have ice cream. We were in a traffic jam one time, stuck there for 2 hours. We could see the flames ahead of us. That's how close we were. So we got out and we were in the blazer with no top on. It was hot, grabbed an ice cream and sat in traffic.
Life's small pleasures. So this thing's really cool, paper plate dispenser. We've seen these a bunch of times, but you got a nice knife set with some magnets. And how much of this was gutted?
All of it.
Yeah, I don't recognize any of this. So you built the cabinets and?
Yeah, I didn't make the doors, but I did make the rest of the cabinetry. Bought the die to put it together and figured out how to do it. It was kind of fun. It's a nice stove, actually. Added some important, add bumpers. These break a lot. Bouncing down the road, put some bumpers on there.
Pro tip.
Small
drawer.
I actually managed to squeeze this. It didn't actually have a drawer originally. I was able to fit it between the stove and the hot water heater. Got to have a junk drawer.
Yeah, junk drawers are essential, and yours is pretty clean compared to mine. Wireless phone charger?
Yes.
So you've made a bunch of connections here. Where's the battery on this camper?
Under the fridge. Actually moved them all up.
So you found a nice place. Now, I saw before you have a cool cutting board there.
Yes, it'll slide out and mount. I can easily pull out if I need to get to the battery. I have a false bottom to get to the batteries.
So with just a little experience with this trailer, I can see some of the details, but you've raised the fridge to be able to add that. You've kind of moved everything around, and everything else, like this sink is all new and the countertop. So
Correct, yeah.
Really nice job.
Yeah, I kind of made the countertop, cut it, and then sealed it. Did matching countertop inside. It's the same countertop I had in the Bushwhacker when we had it. I really liked it, but I clear coated it, and I like how it turned out with the clear coat.
Everything looks really nice. Now, I know with a project like this, you're never done, but when did you get to the point where you could get out and use this thing? How long have you had it?
We bought it, October of last year. We didn't, it was trashed. There was holes beating the wall. The motorcycle got loose. There was water leaks. It sat in the shop until about probably November, December, and then I started in on it, and just started tearing.
So this is your first season out, though. You've taken it a couple places.
Oh yeah, we've taken a bunch of places. We've probably gone 10, 12 places, something like that.
Nice.
Our first trip was the Moore Expo. off-road expo. It was kind of fun.
Oh, so you did take it to more. That's sweet. So I'm really excited to see what you did with the inside, because this was kind of like normally a cargo trailer inside. But before we go, tell me about this, because I think people are going to love that.
Yeah, I had a hard. I love having a drawer. We had a little shelf on the Bushwhacker. I couldn't find anything this size RV. Everything was too big. This is actually off. I can't remember, either a Wrangler or a Bronco, where you open the back hatch and you can get one of those drawers. I found one that fit just perfectly. In fact, I have another one. I might mount on the other side, but they're nice and sturdy, heavy metal.
Can handle being outdoors, getting poured on, and
yeah, it's very very. And it wasn't crazy expensive. A lot of times, if we're not boondocking, we'll put the coffee maker there. So instead of using a percolator,
that was like what you did on your last trailer. I remember you had a coffee station on the
and
side.
all your drips go there instead of in the kitchen and on the table and stuff
Perfect.
like that.
Did you add a new door?
The front door? No.
This door. So that was standard.
Yeah, I put a different step on there. I had a slide out step because the one that was on there was destroyed. It was all bent up.
So this is all Lippert Challenger gear that you're adding, but you were able to salvage that door. That's good. Those are expensive.
Yeah, I priced some of them because there's some defects in the door, but not enough to change it.
Not to splurge on that.
Yeah.
All right, so if we'd be so lucky to check out your inside.
Sure. So I ended up building the bed here. It was bare. There wasn't even a bed in it. The walls were beat in because a motorcycle got loose in here, so I ripped it out, and it had the factory wallpaper that you can't ever find anywhere. So I replaced a few of the walls. The rest actually just sanded, primed, and painted, and it turned out pretty good, I thought. This thing's actually a TV stand. Actually, 2 TV stands without the legs on them. I found that it fit perfectly, so we were able to have drawers, which is nice.
This was what you're talking about when I was looking at that full length. You were saying the drawers took a little of the space, but what a useful use of that space.
Yeah, it's nice to have a place to put your clothes without having to pull them out and pull them in.
You got plenty of storage over here, and you do have the microwave inside. And I see that you have the trailer set up to run on battery. You also have the EcoFlow set up. You have an air conditioner. You're living the life of luxury. Now, this has a black tank and a toilet.
Yes.
So this was in the original layout?
Yes. It really didn't do anything besides fix a water leak. Well, and added the vanity, the cabinet in there.
Very cool. Well, this is one of the coolest conversions that I've seen, because everything's just really smart. And it seems like rather than build a trailer from the ground up, you just found the perfect donor to get to business, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it had needed more work than I was expecting. I should have got it cheaper, because it had water leaks. Like these were full of water. I didn't even realize it until I got home and started taking stuff apart. This entire wall was rotted out. I had to take it loose. I did the same countertop in here. Had to level all these out because I don't know. The guys build them don't own a level. I don't know.
No, well, I'm very impressed. I think everything's practical. I can tell this is somebody that learned from a lot of trips in a teardrop to just get a little bit more luxury.
Yeah, this is our 3rd camper. So yeah, fourth camper.
So there's nothing like some experience. Now, from what I'm hearing, you only have a few years to build a van conversion for the Misc. So this is your temporary abode until it's sprinter van time. But
yeah, right.
It's so cool seeing you again, man. Both times between the tow vehicles and what you're working on. It's always such a pleasure. So this is why we come to these rallies, guys. People are so talented, and we can steal ideas and make them our own. So thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Hey, I'm Curtis Gerhart from Raleigh, North Carolina. This is the Kodiak Stealth from Rustic Trail.
So Curtis, it's real cool to take this tour with you today. This is your maiden voyage.
That's right.
So first trip on the camper, what's your experience?
Well, it was great sleeping. It was about 99 degrees out. I had it to 72 last night, so I was comfy.
I see you have the front mounted air conditioner, so that's a 110 AC. You got electric at this site?
I do. 30 amp site, 15 amp breaker.
perfect. Now, you have any modifications on this, or is this basically how you got it?
This is how I got it from the previous owner. They touched it up a little bit on the inside with a few things.
Nice. So take us on the tour. What's you got a tongue box?
Yeah.
Wheel stabilizer.
Got a dolly, got your gas.
Nice.
Candles.
Little electric
locks.
heater, the little catch-all.
Right.
But there's no battery here, so I'm assuming we're going to see a battery somewhere else.
And I'm happy that the battery is inside, actually.
Nice.
So right there in that lower compartment on the left is the battery.
So the AC's coming in low, it's vented well, you have some shelves. Now you can make it a large bed or a small bed with a table. It's not quite stand-up room, but
it's just a little bit of head tuck.
What kind of battery are you working with, you know?
You know, I don't know, but back home I've got a 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate. I think I'm gonna replace it. It's an AGM, I just don't know the amp hours on it.
Nice, it looks like it's a 27 to 30,
It's
probably a 100.
Group 13,
yep.
so.
Very nice, so it's been comfortable for you.
It was nice last night. And I had this X-Ped, it's a Mega Mat Duo. I just laid it out on top and it gave me an extra 6-7 inches. I was comfortable.
Very nice. So this is like the perfect kind of the hybrid between like a Squaredrop and almost like the size of a Scamp or something.
I wanted it just a little bit bigger in case there were two of us, but it's still going to be tight, not going to lie.
Nice. Yeah, mine is considerably smaller and I have 2 and a dog. It gets a little cozy.
Yeah, I'm sure. If you've got stuff, you got to move the stuff out. That's the only option.
So take us through. I love the color. It's got a little clearance, so it's an off-road capable trailer.
I think it's 14 inches of clearance in the back, and yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing too much more than that with this anyway.
It's a nice tow vehicle.
I'm happy.
So do you know, I mean, I see it looks sealed real well. Do you know if it's like a torsion axle? That's what it looks like.
I believe it's the Dexter.
Yep. It's probably like a Dexter 9, like a 2,200 pound
Yeah,
axle.
and this is only 1,600 dry, so.
Okay, so you can tow it with a lot of things. You got a little storage here?
I do. There's a big table, a bunch of, you know, an easy up awning, it's cover, it's screen, a lot of the cable, the washer hose, all that good stuff is stored up in there.
Very handy. Now, I see you have a little receiver hitch so you can do some cargo or a bike rack, but on like the teardrops, the traditional teardrops, I guess there's no clamshell opening on the back.
Right.
So as far as cooking, what do you?
So there comes with it a table that attaches right here. And you can put your propane tank up front, run a little hose, and I've got a Coleman. I've also got a hitch fire in the back, so that's what I plan to use.
Very nice. And you have an ARB touring. You can get a screen room for that too.
It came with it, actually.
Okay, very nice. So you have the screen room. Now, when people are looking to buy a new trailer, I see this all the time. They want a lot of kitchen stuff, but once you start using it, it's better to cook outdoors. You don't want to smell that.
I don't want it inside. That was actually a thing. There's nothing to winterize here. There's no water. I've got a little Dometic with a pump, so that's what I use for water.
I saw you coming with the backpack. That's when I grabbed you. Most of us are using this for a base camp to go explore different areas. We have a jet boil or little Coleman pack to do our cooking.
That's all I used.
So I'm loving the construction, real rugged build. Do you know anything about how these are built? I can always look it up online.
I'm afraid I can't. It's Rustic Trail. They're based out of Pilot Mountain. I believe they're bought out by Shaw RV. So you can look it up online. I believe this is the largest of the models in general. They've started to build a few off-road models as well. Those running around the 27 range.
Yep.
So I wanted it below 20.
Yeah, and I've seen a bunch. This is the first one that I actually came up to and started talking to the owner about. But I mean, up close, it's a nice fit and finish. It looks rugged. It's kind of got what you need, but it doesn't include a bunch of things you don't.
That's right.
What if somebody was in the market for a small trailer, even you came out, you did one night, but what are some of the things that are important to you?
Well, mainly that there's no leaks, that I've got insulation. I wanted 4 seasons, so I wanted to be able to be out here in the heat and still camp, do family things quick, you know, nearby. And then I wanted it okay in the winter, so I've got a diesel heater in plan for that. I'm going to pipe through the bottom.
Excellent.
So those are the key things for me. I wanted to have it comfortable enough to be able to sleep with some headroom. It's nice to have integrated power, so I don't have to bring extra battery packs. It's got the lighting inside, so there's nothing else to attach. There's plenty of room to customize and a lot of storage. So everything you saw underneath of there is basically a C shape that's full for under the bench storage. And you know, I've got plenty of room to move around if it's just me and if it's my wife as well. It's a little tight, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, it's bigger than mine. You know, you adapt to the size space that you have. But I think you nailed it. I think you hit the big things. This style of tiny camper living isn't for everybody, or tiny camper travel.
Yeah,
not
it's just
for
little
everyone.
trips. I would not do it for living. I'd say 2-3 days, you know, you're pretty good.
Yeah, now I did over 100 days last year in mine, so there's a lot of hard lessons that you learn.
impressive.
But the thing is, it is something that you camp out of. You know,
Right.
some of these rigs on site here are something you could camp in, but this is something you camp out. So it's a step up from a tent.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So you can tow it. It's easy to maintain. What about at home? You have a spot to store it?
I do. Right nearby I've got a spot, and that was pretty key. Low price, outside, so I've got a cover that I can protect it with, protect the wheels.
Perfect.
So
You have
it's
something
easily
to,
accessible.
Yep, and depending on the battery setup, you get either a trickle charger. We could start going with a little solar.
Yeah, there's a solar connection on the other side actually. And I've got two 240 watts at home. So here's your NEMA in, got a NEMA out, and then you got your solar port.
Yeah, so they have an SAE, and then they have the standard no-co plugs to pass 15 amps through.
Right, and that's on the charger.
And you got a battery charger inside. Did you name it Towanda?
No, I didn't, and I believe it's Cody.
Okay.
So we'll have to get some decal work done.
So this passes all the way through?
All the way through, and is accessible from inside.
Very nice. Now, I'm not picking on you because we've all done it, but you know, there are a few backup cameras on Amazon.
I've got one. It was just too high up, and I needed metal or iron for the magnet.
So my buddy here popped the tree on the way in. We've all been there.
Kissed it.
Yeah, he kissed it, but you know, the attitude is more important than anything else. You could have ruined your trip, and it seems like you didn't miss a beat.
I was going slow.
Yeah, very good. So when you get to camp, I'm really interested because you just got the trailer. So some of the things you started thinking about, you got some wheel chucks.
That came with it. Of course, I had some extra, but those came with it, and those all go up in the, you know, the little metal box.
You have a nice place to store. Did you get leveling blocks that tilt it side to side?
No, and I've got some in my camping bag inside, so it's a standard affair.
That's usually one of the first
I used to have a rooftop tent. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, the RTT.
I did, and so the thing was, I loved it. It was fantastic, super easy. I can go anywhere, not worry about it, and it's okay for sleeping because again, even in the winter, I had a heater. But I hated having a thing up there all the time. So on a day-to-day travel and getting it on and off is a little too tough. That's kind of why I wanted this.
We're in the same boat, same thing with the back of the pickup truck camping. You end up not having your daily driver when you need it because you outfitted it for camping. That's what's so nice about this. It's still manageable. So yeah, little things like the leveling blocks, the wheel chucks. I see you have something, that front wheel come with it?
It did, it came with two.
So with a trailer of this size, you can get like a tow strap around there and make some adjustments.
It's about 125 tongue-pound weight, so I can pick it up and move it.
Yeah, and I mean that you pull this with a Subaru.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah.
Now in the background, I see another tiny camper here, but there's there's some massive fifth wheels. That's a toy hauler, and I don't know if you could see the perspective. We could fit this rustic trail teardrop inside the back of that
maybe, right?
So, listen, I had a lot of fun getting to meet you. I'm glad that you like this. You'd recommend it?
I would.
Well, I'm certainly going to check these out. It's somewhere between a teardrop and a Squaredrop. It's like an octadrop or something. So, appreciate you.
Yep.
Happy camping. Enjoy your weekend.
Appreciate you too.
Hi, my name is Nancy, and I have a 2015 Whitewater Retro 509. All right, well, here's the kitchen. I've got a little sink and 2 burners and storage. And then I have basement storage down here.
Are those burners gas or electric?
They're gas.
So they runs off the propane.
Nice. Yeah. And then I have a little 8-gallon water tank down there and the pump, but I have plenty of storage for the chalks and the levelers and the extension cords and all the other things.
So having a garage space on a teardrop is a big, big deal.
It's a big, big thing. But now I did lose no refrigerator or cooler. So that's the trade-off.
Yeah, something you could bring on the side.
Right.
Very cool. So you've done some storage work. You want to tell us about, you have some electrical connections, there's coffee makers?
Yep, I have a little 110, and inside I have a 12-volt and USB ports inside. But I just have the one little plug here.
So you can plug into shore power, or the
Yes.
trailer has a battery.
Correct.
And I see the converters in the back, so
Yes.
standard RV style electrical system.
Mhm.
Very nice. So do you, I see with the sink and the stove, do you cook back here much, or do you?
No, I normally cook. I just had it serviced again and got everything working, but I have a Blackstone. I normally cook. Actually, I really don't cook. I'm the camper that goes around and they're like, do you want something to eat? I'm like, yes, sure.
That is also me.
So we won't go to each other's.
Yeah, now I know. We'll have to divide and conquer between
Bypass this
all these
one.
other campers.
So
you came to our Bushwhacker Boyle. We're obviously open to all sorts of trailers, shapes, and sizes. Where'd you find out about us?
I saw you actually on Facebook a couple days ago. So I booked kind of last minute and decided to come.
Very cool. So how long have you owned this?
3 years.
All right, so you want to take us around, show us some of the other highlights?
So it's just me and a little bad Chihuahua. So I have just a twin bed. So I have some little floor space. I've got 4 cabinets and air conditioning.
So you are the old school teardrop, like tent on wheels with a hard shell.
Correct.
And is that your JKU?
No, JK. Yep.
Nice, a 2-door.
Yep.
Any trouble towing?
No.
And
no.
automatic or manual?
It's automatic.
Oh, very nice.
And, and this is my second one. I started pulling it with a 2013. And then I just bought this one. This one's a 22. It tows it like it's not even back there.
Yeah, so I tow my Bushwhacker with my Jeep. When I tow the Hiker, which is a little heavier, I can feel it. It bogs down quite a bit. Do you know how much this little guy weighs?
I don't, but I think I'm pushing it. So the 2 doors can only tow about 2,000 pounds.
I bet this is half of that, but
probably.
you still feel it.
Yeah. Now, it makes a difference because I only have 33-inch tires instead of the 35s. So that makes a difference too. But it's rides smooth, and it's a Rubicon, so it's a little bigger.
So as I come around, we're buried in Bushwhackers here.
I know.
They're everywhere.
And then there's me.
We're snuck right here in the middle.
Yeah.
But this trailer has an air conditioner as well.
Yes.
It's just a regular window unit?
It is a regular window unit. When I bought it, it had the dual. It could be heat or air, but I just couldn't get it to cool well enough. So when I replaced it, I'm like, I really just need air conditioning because it sucks up from the bottom and it vents here on both sides. So this is where the hot air comes out.
Folks who watch this channel know all too well about this.
Yeah.
You know, the positioning of the air conditioner when you're using those window ones, you just starve them of air, even with these vents. So you struggle with them, but you got a good Midea or Midea unit and it's cooling?
Oh yeah, it cools good. And I'm from way south where it's very hot and it cools no problem.
Okay, and is there a powered fan that circulates out this, or it's just the air conditioner that blows out this?
It's just the air conditioner.
Okay, so we know with like the tags, sometimes they actually have like a DC fan that helps it circulate, but it's awesome to see that you're getting it done and that it's cooling.
Yes, yes.
So what is your favorite part of owning this trailer? Tell us a highlight of what you've been able to do.
So I bought it because I go to a lot of Jeep events. And I have a dog. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just getting it and we'll just camp. So when we go to events, I take her, we can stay in the camper and I don't have to worry about a hotel or more pet fees or they're not taking pets and it's small enough I can tow it. Nice. I can't back it up, but I can tow it.
You can, you just can't do it yet. You know?
Just can't do it yet.
Find that open parking lot where there's nothing to bash into and just keep trying. Go late at night when the place is closed and just keep playing.
That's what they say. I've heard that. I've done that. Yeah.
It'll come with time. You got to have a good sense of humor with yourself and, you know, take it easy because it takes time. But
yeah.
So have you either had someone or done any modifications yourself to the trailer to change things?
No, the only thing I've done is change the air conditioner.
Yeah, so the air conditioner was the mod. So you were happy as it came.
Yep.
So that's really nice. Now, if there was one thing you could change about it, what would it be?
I would put a max fan. I wish I had something for a little circulation.
That is a big one.
Yeah.
I think, and that shouldn't be too hard to add.
Yeah, I just had it all serviced and just had all of it recaulked and because it's 10 years old. So I had all the seals redone because I was getting a little water in. But other than that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great and it's going to last a long time. I heard a rumor that even though this is a pretty tiny trailer, that you can stand up in it.
That is true. I can stand up. Yep. Good enough to put pants on.
Good enough to use as your changing room. So riding around solo, you have a nice little extra set of space in there, and it's more than enough. And what's the pooch's name?
This is Junebug. She's a little snapdragon, so as long as you don't get too close, y'all can be friends.
So what's one piece of camping gear that you couldn't live without?
I have a bucket. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Sometimes simple is best. What's some of the best places that you've traveled with your Retro Junior?
So I go to Pensacola pretty often for a Jeep event. I've been to Panama City Beach. I've actually gone to Pigeon Forge to the great Jeep escape up there.
And where did you find this trailer? I assume you said you got it secondhand.
I did. I actually saw it. It was on the side of the road with a for sale sign on it.
Can't beat that.
Called the number and said, this is what I want.
So it was pretty local to home.
Yes.
There's usually so many little gizmos. But I just want to, I love this. That's a really nice design.
What is it?
Just how they established your hinge.
Oh.
Have you used it in the rain?
Yes.
No water in the galley or anything?
No, not really. It kind of comes and like I said, I've just had it resealed, so this might be new, but it kind of would just run a little bit, but not much.
So it was so nice to meet you. We got a whole weekend ahead of us.
We
like
do.
we said, we're just buried in trailers here, but we're right here on the water. So thank you so much for taking the time. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
I am from Illinois, and this is my 23 Intech Flyer Pursue. So if there's a downside to the Intech Flyer Pursue, it's that it's quite heavy in the tongue. So I have this big tongue box, but I don't put much in here. And I actually got rid of the big heavy battery that they gave me with it and put in a mini lithium battery to take some of the weight off of it. Another part of the weight up front is the kitchen. In addition to the refrigerator and the stove, there is storage down here.
Yeah, nice storage like a bread box.
Yeah, I mean, I can get quite a bit in there. I'm not so much for cooking when I'm camping. I'm trying to get away from that. But there is a little Dometic 2-burner stove, and I like to bake, and I use my Omnia oven on this stove.
Oh, nice.
And bake.
So it seems like this trailer with its aluminum frame and everything does seem to be gearing towards reduction of weight. So, and I see you're towing with a mid-size SUV. So what your concern was that maybe it was with this gear was a little front heavy. It kind of pushes the trailer, the truck down a little.
The tongue weight is around 325, 350, where the overall weight is only 1,500.
Wow. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So I do get concerned about the tongue weight because I do have a small vehicle. The small vehicle pulls it just fine, but it's really near the limits for this vehicle in terms of tongue weight. The other things that are on the front that could create some weight is there's a water tank. It's 8.5 gallons underneath. There's a water pump. You can use city water too. I'm not today, but you can. There's quick connects here for water and here for propane. And the other thing that's probably creating some of the weight up front is that there is a propane furnace.
So this trailer has AC, actually a Dometic rooftop unit, and it has a propane furnace as well.
I do travel in the winter. I travel with my dog, so we take the camper and, you know, we can stop and overnight at a rest stop and run that furnace and we're toasty.
It's a really nice luxury, and you have a Max Air fan up here as
Yes.
well. This trailer really is beautiful. One of the things that seems to kind of differentiate from other teardrops, Squaredrops, is the way this rear door opens. Tell me about your experience with that.
So there are these big rear doors. I suppose if you had bicycles or even a small motorbike of some sort, you could carry them in here.
Kind of like a toy hauler.
Yes. This company does make larger campers that are toy haulers, and instead of having the doors that swing out, they have a ramp. But this one it's not the smallest. There is also a trailer called the Chase that doesn't have the kitchen, but is pretty much otherwise just like this one. And this is real nice for me and my dog because my dog can't get in and out of the camper by herself. She has to be lifted in and out, and she has a lot of paraphernalia. You see a stroller, you see a crate.
Lots of dog accoutrement.
Yes. So, you know, it's easier to get things in and out this way. The other nice thing about this is it's just this big open box that you can do whatever you want with. And I choose to have my bed on a cot because I'm not very big. I can sit on this like a couch too. I put the pillows behind me. It's quite comfortable. I still have several inches of room above my head. My sister, who's also this exact same size, sometimes comes along, and when she does that, we just take one of these mattresses and slip them on the floor, and we give her the cot, and I'll sleep on the floor, and we still have room for the dog.
I think it's just a great configuration. I mean, it looks really nice and comfortable and spacious, and you have it set up to work perfect for you, and you have room for a friend or a relative if you want to go. Now, you have the carpeted interiors. How have you liked that with this? People love it for the sound. It's a little bit of insulation.
I do love it. It is, well, first of all, I can stick all my stuff up with Velcro. And then the second good thing about it is that you never get any condensation in the morning, you know, even on a 20-degree night when I've been running the furnace all night, everything's dry. And I really like that about that. And I wouldn't have it any other way now. When I started looking for a camper, I saw those beautiful wood sides in some of the campers, and I wanted that, I thought. But this just worked for me better, and I actually love the carpet now.
It, you know, I understand what you're saying, and it might be a higher performing material. The other one is like an aesthetic thing, right? But, you know, I never thought of the hook and loop, like the Velcro ability. That's a really nice feature. But I know it dampens the sound, and like you said, it fights condensation. How do you like this power station? So far, so good?
It's been really good. I've had it since November, I think. And I've never had any trouble with it.
So you supplement your trailer power with this and have enough to plug in your small USB items? And
yes, I would like to add solar at some point and haven't yet. So I only have a 100-watt battery, and I try to go easy on it by using this part of the time.
So talking to you earlier, not on this side, but the other, you actually had a 270 awning.
I did have a 270 awning.
So tell me about why you took that down.
I took it off just to spare the weight.
Yeah.
They're like 70 pounds. But I have been thinking about getting a smaller, like 6x6 awning and putting it on the rear, which only weighs about 30 pounds and would be in the right place to counter the tongue weight.
Absolutely. Yeah, starting to just rebalance your chart. Have you ever thought, if this becomes a bigger part of your life, that you would step up the tow vehicle to like a light truck? Or
I have thought about that.
it's such a beautiful car, but it's a shame that, because I mean the trailer's light, but you just need something that with a little more, you know, like an airbag or something to help counter the tongue weight.
Yes, and you know, it's something I probably need to look into more because I do enjoy this a lot. My son's leaving home this year, and what's Mom gonna do? Probably go camping.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
This is just the water fill and the water
city
hookup for city
connect.
water.
Okay.
I don't use it, but I do have a little like sprayer nozzle that fits in the quick connect. I guess you could shower with it if you like cold water. The only water heater I have is the stove.
That's not bad. I got away with that for 3 years. There's nothing wrong with it. So as a solo camper, just hitting the road by yourself for a lot of these trips, do you have any advice for anyone else who is maybe excited about doing the same but could use some words of wisdom?
Well, I guess you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know how to do everything. You'll learn as you go. I have, you know, done the axle. I've
You greased the bearings?
Yes, I did grease the
Very
bearings
nice.
by myself. It was scary, but you know, you learn to do things. And when you go to campgrounds at first. There's always people who will help you.
That's great advice. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.
Hi, I'm Marilyn from Colonial Beach, Virginia, and this is my periwinkle, my Mighty Light Purple Pod. I knew what I wanted, at something lightweight that I could tow with just my medium-sized SUV, and this is definitely under 1,000 pounds, something I could stand up in bad weather. If I have to be inside, it's doable, I can be, and something I can manage myself. I've found a lot of mechanical issues that I'd have to seek out help with.
Well, it is beautiful. How much does it weigh?
I was told it was 920 pounds, but I'm trying to lighten that by doing away with some of the, I took off the wooden cabinet doors, and that was 10 pounds. People do ask me about the color, and it is different, and I knew I wanted purple to brighten my life, but I chose the periwinkle color because I like the periwinkle flower, and when I went researching what kind of paint my trailer, I researched having auto body shops work on it and having it painted, and I said, well, I want it done right, and sometimes that's do it yourself. You want it done to your license. So I chose to go with marine paint, and I had to special order it from the factory. Alex Seal is the best product. I paid dearly for it, but I'm so happy that I did, because I did this project once in my lifetime, and it's going to last.
That's what we're all about. We like giving recommendations. So you rolled that on yourself.
Just with a roller.
And I think it is a fantastic color, and it's certainly unique. I saw that your table is the same color.
Yes, well, I was using that table to hold my paint tray and roller. When I spilled paint sand, I just decided I'd have a matching table.
Well, that is just a wonderful accident, but very cool.
A electric cooler or refrigerator, the chest type refrigerator there as a modification, and I took off the swinging doors and put in sliding doors, and they're made from corrugated plastic, so lightweight.
So this is certainly a unique camper. I've seen a lot of campers on the road, and this one is different. So tell me about how you found it. What were you doing? Were you looking for this specific model? This is a fiberglass, and it meets in the middle like a tub design, right?
Molded fiberglass. It's all molded fiberglass. if you're from, I found it on the Fiberglass RVs for Sale website, and not too many. I saw one a couple years ago, and said that looks like what I want. And then every time I would research it, they'd get snatched up. They were manufactured in the state of Washington in the 80s, and then the company went out of existence. So there aren't too many. So I do know that they exist, and I was lucky enough to come across this one, and I went to Washington and right back to Virginia.
So you went all the way out to Washington to bring this back to Virginia, and you're towing with a pretty small vehicle, not normally associated with towing campers, right?
Well, it's just a medium-sized SUV. I got the Mazda because it does have a little more towing power, but I wanted to keep it under 1,000 pounds because I don't want to be restricted if I do decide to go up in the mountains or do cross-country trips. I didn't want it to be a worry for me with my towing vehicle.
I love it. It has so much style. How easy is it for you to set up?
That was another priority for me making this decision. It's something I can manage myself because it's simple. It doesn't have propane. It doesn't even have a battery. I use a battery power station now, and hopefully maybe I'll get some solar. I'm looking into that so that if I can do some bulldogging possibly, but I can manage this myself.
This is like 2 fiberglass bathtubs on an axle. It's got bearings and wheels and tires. So very, very simple. No battery, no nothing. Your refrigerator's running on the power station. I did see a small sink inside. Does it have a little water reservoir?
I can show you. And this, if I don't have to winterize it, I just lift that container out, we'll empty it, put it in the garage, it's empty. And I did swap out for a little battery or powered faucet rather than the pump style. So I put the sliding doors in instead of swing doors. And then my cook station, if I need to be inside, Brian, is this little modification that I did. I took the shelves out and put in sliding. And then I have a little butane grill that I usually keep here. If I need to be inside, the butane grill just fits right here, so I can cook inside on a rainy day. When I need to be inside, I can still be self-contained. I do have there's a portable potty. Everybody's familiar with that. But it has just enough space for my puppy and I. I didn't need the dinette table, and I'm just short enough that I can sleep widthwise, but I can put the table back and have that double or just under a double-sized bed.
It seems like it's just perfect size for you, and for half of the camper you can stand up. Yeah. So that's great. So it seems like you're a lot like me as the pooch. What's the doggy's name?
Lottie.
So Lottie is like Ripple. We have to set up a lot for her. It seems like most of the weight you're carrying is this Lottie containment facility.
That's exactly right. That was I just got that delivered right before I took this trip. So I set that up thinking that would help her have a little bit more freedom. And it's working, but she likes to stay close to me.
Yeah, she seems like she's having a good time. So you have, it looks like that's a Greenworks battery inverter, and then you have your EcoFlow.
I have a Blue Eddy here, and I do.
Oh, Blue Eddy, jeez.
And I did get the EcoFlow. Oh. And I want, if I need it, I can set that up because the EcoFlow being, you can use it interior or outerior, because I have limited counter space to put it inside, and then you have to run the vents out the windows. The EcoFlow I can put on the table outside my kitchen window, and I retrofitted a little piece of wood, I guess, to fit the window, and I can put the vent.
Are you talking about the air conditioner? The way to, oh, okay.
And furnace, it's like a heat pump.
Yes, I have one. So you have both. So you do have heating and cooling.
I do decide to, but I've been spending time outside, and the fan is okay at night.
It sure is.
I thought that I wanted at least the option of having the air conditioning if I needed it. So I can, if I need to. I don't know how much traveling I'm going to do in the really hot weather, but I have that option open to me.
Options are key. So you've been traveling with Lottie, and you've got to see some neat places with your new camper?
I'm beginning to travel. I'm planning a nice trip for next summer. I've been working on it, getting it ready, getting it situated.
What's one thing that you've learned so far that you wish you knew when you were first starting off?
How to back up.
Well, I love your trailer. I just think that you are too cool. And thank you so much for giving us a tour.
Thank you, Brian.
We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.